Ludwig covers Hasan's streaming is more soul-crushing than a 9-to-5 job comment. Hasan finds out.
Why is Hasan mad? Am I crazy?
No, you're not. And this would have been a really good moment to just set the boundary that you're not going to take back everything you say when he cries like a bitch.
Don't care to discuss 99% of this because I'm Ludwig from video games.
Why does he do this then?
Take a wild guess at who Ludwig tried running PR for this time. Muy bien!
Why does he keep inserting himself into this type of drama and then complain that this type of drama is toxic?
Ludwig decided to invite his alcoholic friend Mango to the event.
It's all intentional. If I invite him, he'll be really entertaining when we get him drunk.
Borderlands sponsor actually good?
What?
Was that Borderlands sponsor good?
It was fun.
Why isn't he doing something to stop this?
There's literally a clip of me, and I did stop it.
He does not do enough to stop it. He was like lightly trying to be like, hey man, go chill out. This is one of those instances where it's like your best friend off to your girlfriend and you decided to come on and be like, listen, I'm going to signal boost another woman's perspective on this. Okay, that's fair. But then like right when it matters, you're not making sure that like this woman is safe. All right, guys, this video released a few days ago. I've been looking, I know it says a day, shut up. I think it released on like Saturday, but you know, I had something else to talk about, but I saved it for today. Took my Sunday off, did my Robin Day podcast with my wife. That's been fun. So now we're gonna take a look at it. It's from Cameron. I already know one of the surprises. It says it's about Hasan Parker, but apparently it's about Ludwig, which by the way, if true, I think is kind of a based move. I'm a little bored of Hasan, so if this is actually about Ludwig, that is a pretty based move. But then again, maybe I've been misinformed. Either way, I'm excited to take a look. All right, let's get going.
Eat the rich. What we do here is go back.
Luckily for me, I'm very fatty, so it wouldn't be a lot to eat. I'm not rich. But. It's always a fun throwback. It's always a fun throwback. It's so interesting because iDubbbz really put himself in a position where like he's so like first of all he's retired his content cop, but then he's also unlikable. That like now it kind of leaves a space for that. I can't believe Diddy's on the screen. Okay. All right. So anyway, Diddy's on the screen. That's fucking wild. But it leaves like a case for people to be able to kind of react to that or put this up there, not react to it. So put this intro in there, which is always like a fun time. Because what a shame it would have been if we never got any more videos that showed this. What a beautiful thing, dude. What a beautiful thing. That's just a nice song. I like this because it goes along with like the weird cringy Cart Narcs video that iDubbbz made that one time. You remember that video? That was fucking crazy. What am I supposed to do here? Didn't he get like off? Well, I'm sure he got off, but didn't he get like off with the allegations or something? No? Oh, I see. Whoa, dude, can you actually use this fucking thing, dude? I thought it was, that's King of the Hill, dude. Isn't it sad the, John Redcorn was, like, killed in some kind of, like, anti-gay attack? Isn't that fucked up?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. Now, I'm very excited for today's episode. Cameron, I could not be more excited to see you go after Hasan Parker.
It's like cringe, but also so funny to me. I don't know why. It's actually silly.
I believe that
it hits the line of silliness, and silliness is always fun.
And indeed, it would be easy money to talk about this arrogant and immoral piece of shit until the end of time. In the end, I'd get a nice check, and Hasan would have a new name in his little circle of people that he likes to blame whenever so.
True. You know what though? It's like a good move to not talk about him because something will come up again. Like you know something about Hasan's going to come up again. Hasan's going to do something stupid. It's going to be worthy to talk about him. So sometimes it's like good to be like, oh, let's talk about something else for a little while. You know, this way it also gives you the added benefit of like looking a little bit more credible. Like if you shit and fart every single time Hasan does something wrong, you know, people are gonna think that you're someone that just likes to shit and fart a lot at Hasan Parker. But if you decide to, you know, if you choose your battles wisely, you're gonna come off as generally more credible.
someone tries to hold him to account. And as fun as all of that sounds, if you're expecting me to stoke the flames of this forever war, you're gonna be pretty disappointed because this video does not focus on Hasan Piker. Actually, I've had a completely different streamer in mind since the day I announced I would be continuing Content Cop myself. And many of you may be very happy to hear this name. He's very spineless and just like his daddy, he's a horrible friend and he loves to dodge accountability. Let's up those numbers!
Dude, I forget. It's so funny because I forget what happened. I know the Ludwig thing was crazy. Like he encouraged somebody who had like a 3.0, or not 3.0. He like triple the legal limit, like a 0.32. It was quadruple. It was Mango, right? That was drunk. He encouraged him to keep drinking, and then like everything that happened after that, it was like partially his responsibility, in my opinion. Like you know somebody is an alcoholic because apparently they're friendly. He's drunk to a point of like potential death. you're encouraging him to drink more. It's actually a moment where he like kind of gropes Ludwig, so you should be like, oh shit, he might do this to other people. But then I remember there was something else. I forget what it was. I think Ludwig a little bit like a week later weighed in on the Ethan Klein lawsuit in a way that was a little bit charitable to Ethan. I think he just said something along the lines of like, oh, Ethan's not why. Okay, it wasn't lawsuit. I don't think it was lawsuit. Ethan's not why Creator Clash fell. And in my head, the first thing I thought was like, oh, he's just trying to like calm the people down that are criticizing him. That's what came out of that's what I think he was doing.
The one and only Ludwig, or as I like to call him, Hasan's
this is fucking boring.
Piker. For those upset that this video is actually focused on Hasan's
not the video. I don't understand this boss fight. This is stupid as fuck.
Lapdog, rather than relitigating all the bullshit he's done over the years, you can watch Ethan's Content Nuke or any of the wide variety of great videos that Willie Mack has made on the subject.
True. Based Willie Mack shout out.
Those will be linked in the description, and also don't worry, this doesn't mean I don't plan on ever criticizing Hasan or don't have plans to cover him in a video like this. It's probably not going to be a content cop. He requires a fucking SWAT team, okay? This isn't a normal arrest. But if you
content SWAT, dude, do it. Change it up. Do your own version of it. Make this your last content cop. Do a content SWAT. Change the thing that you were wearing from a cop uniform to like a squat uniform. And start doing content SWAT instead. I think that's a great idea. This way, you're also, it's a little different. It comes off a little more unique. And, you never know. Maybe iDubbbz wants to be a weird freak and try to sue you or something,
You want to know my rationale for this bait and switch? I'll put it on screen. Today's theme on Content Cop is purity. To briefly describe Ludwig and his content, he is a popular Twitch streamer, YouTuber, and a 30-year-old charismatic frat boy with a disingenuous feeling personality.
Fucking 30 years old. We got a 30-year-old man calling me fucking ugly on a goddamn social media website.
That might be based. That might be based, though. Because it is Leafy, so.
Also the longtime partner of QT Cinderella, who will also be mentioned in this video.
Hey, at least he's got a longtime partner, and unlike Hasan Piker. Although, is he dating somebody? I don't even know. Honestly, I have no idea. What the fuck? I don't even know if he's dating somebody, but he certainly doesn't seem like he gives them a particularly high amount of attention. So, but you know what? I just think he's generally immature. Not like us. We're very mature here.
Mario. This is no to Fireflower, Mario. Oh yeah, Ouija time. His content consists of these cowardly, shitty, hypocritical takes. A lot of it's very boring.
Well, he seems to be way too in favor of Hasan, to the point where he runs defense for him sometimes. I've seen Ludwig have a take, and then Hasan's cries about it, so Ludwig takes the take down. It's just like, why are you such a pussy?
He also runs these streamer events where they just feel like these self-flagellation spectacles rather than anything of substance. Like a big fucking game of Soggy Biscuit where everyone's just gonna jerk each other off.
That's actually not how you play Soggy Biscuit. You jerk yourself off and you try to be the first one to fucking come. And the last one to come is the winner because you get to eat the waffle. That's what makes it such a hard game for me because I'm always like, oh my god, I'm gonna finish so soon, but I want to eat the waffle.
Do you like that, Mr. Patcher? Could I interest you in some baby oil? No, Mr. Patcher. Don't worry, Mr. Patcher. There's a lot more where that came from. All of that alone made him someone on my radar and made me start writing for this fucking video. However, the cherry on top is his blatant dodging of accountability and his part in a certain epidemic that we will be discussing later today.
I wonder, because I know Cameron's in the chat. I wonder, would it be a good idea, dude? I don't know. Would it be a good idea to potentially change the title and thumbnail? I'm not trying to freak you out. To but just a content cop Ludwig, because I feel like that's just has not been done. At least I haven't seen it. And you know what? You don't overthink because of what I'm saying. I could be completely wrong and stupid. I'm exploring an idea out loud. But like, would that be like an idea? Because nobody talks about Ludwig ever. So would it be better? I don't know.
Alert! Alert! Hasan's feelings were hurt. Alert! Alert! Hasan's feelings were
Why
hurt.
is Hasan mad? What did I do?
Today's episode of Content Cop Reload is sponsored by my socials and my lovely patrons and members. For behind-the-scenes content and live streams, be sure to check out my
Listen, people are saying don't listen to me. That might be the right play. I'm not trying to fucking freak you out, Cameron. I'm so sorry, okay?
second channel, Chaotic Cameron. Join the Discord server and interact with the community. And don't forget to follow that Twitter and Instagram, or
Oh yeah, she needs a Hasan Parker. Yeah, that's a great advice.
you could support me like these lovely people by becoming a patron or channel member. Lastly, we're getting really close to 100k, so take it.
It's a reference, having it be Hasan will make it more numbers. But do you think that's true though? Like honest, like unironically, do you think it's true that it will do more numbers? I don't know, you know, because Hasan would be a more popular target, but then at the same time, it's one of those things where like you might benefit from the fact that this hasn't been done before. You know, people usually stay away from Ludwig. He's just kind of like a sad, ugly cat or something. You know.
Get away, Ludwig.
I could be wrong, dude.
Now, before I go any further, I want to make something clear on a more serious note. I don't hate Ludwig, and by no means do I think he's the worst person on Twitch. Not at all.
I do, but I might be wrong.
I've just
I'm
always
just
got
kidding.
this disingenuous vibe from him. I think he's a coward who's been showing his ass for a while without any criticism.
Cameron, you don't understand, okay? He's a very popular guy. He has to be a cuck for popularity, or else he might not be popular anymore, okay?
And that's why I'm making this video. Now, while I was working on this video, a giant controversy involving Ludwig occurred, which we will be going over in more detail. But to summarize, at one of his streamer events, Ludwig invited his alcoholic friend and then encouraged him to abuse alcohol to a dangerous and deadly degree.
Yeah, for content, basically, you know.
This caused many uncomfortable situations, especially for the female guests, which Ludwig
I mean, you're watching it because it's titled Hasan. No, you would have passed if it was on Ludwig. No, I wouldn't have passed if it was Ludwig. Me personally, I mean, like that might be generally true. So, but like me personally, I would not have passed if this was about Ludwig. Like if it explicitly said it was about Ludwig, I would not have passed on it.
dodged all accountability for. This incident only reinforced the criticism I had already planned to bring forward, but I needed to mention it regardless. So with that, today we'll be giving Ludwig his long-awaited purity test and seeing how his content holds up against his values.
Please stop calling me gay.
Have you ever
I love it when people call me gay. Makes me horny. Okay, weird.
met someone that just doesn't really have a personality? Like they completely shift who they are and what their values are depending on their environment?
Yeah, basically just like a backpack of other people's perspectives. Yep, I've met those people. Wait, what the fuck? Am I here again?
Well,
this
our
seems
chameleon jellyfish friend Ludwig here does that a lot. Of course, it's natural to adapt to your environment and those around you, but I'm talking like a complete shift in personality and morals depending on who you need to appease. In one of his mogul mails, Ludwig covers Hasan's streaming is more soul-crushing than a 9-to-5 job comment.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job
Can be, guys. Can be.
can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Dude, what a throwback. It's funny that he doubled down on it, especially as a millionaire streamer who could just stream less. Like he could do that. Okay. I'd say I'm pretty successful. I'm not Hasan Parker successful, of course, but like I do well. I make a good salary doing what I do, and what I do is what Hasan does to an extent. Obviously, he does more politics, but he also does more slop than me when he holds, you know, when you're sitting here looking for attention by with raising fake guns up, you're obviously looking for a drama audience. But I do, like, you know, obviously it's similar, but I work like 3 or 4 hours online at a time, like a day, like 6 days a week, you know, much less than he does. And that means that I'm not as bored because I don't have to just watch other people's content and just like, you know, breathe through it and fucking eat. I could just go offline and eat, and I have a better work-life relationship, and, you know, it's much better. But, yeah, I mean, the soul-crushing part of a regular job isn't just the job itself. It's also getting underpaid and being overwhelmed by the real world. So if like you're rich, if you make a lot of money, you're not going to experience that. But you know what? Hasan knows that because he's a popular guy. He's a popular guy. So He's incredible stuff. That's a great point, Cameron. Why you had to title it about Hasan, or else Ludwig wouldn't watch.
In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Ludwig is anything but negative towards Hasan in these clips. He's extremely soft on him. Yeah, he pokes a little bit of fun, but he shows the full context, and that's that. He was extremely fair. But then Hasan finds out and watches, and he gets mad, and his feelings get hurt, and his chat is like, L Ludwig.
As a streamer myself,
it's out of context.
For almost 6 years now, on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh God.
Oh God. I said something stupid, and people are making fun of me. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. Not my literal defense runner, Ludwig. Not him.
Such a fake fucking thing to do. Using someone who you're friends with, like being
I have to defeat this world with swords.
Just like clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. Like,
this isn't even like I'm one of the good content creators, man. This is just like a basic thing. This is just one of those instances where you show how disconnected you are from the fucking real world.
Like, no different than what Muda did. He showed the context though. It doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's like, it's odd that I have to just like sit here and be like, yeah, that's right, dude. Yeah, wag your fucking finger at me. He fucking...
What a silly baby.
Threw me to the flames.
And this is like the end of the world. Hasan's mad.
Call Hasan and apologize.
Hasan's mad. I've got to get SpongeBob back.
Why is Hasan mad? What did I do? What did I do?
I'm sorry, Hasan Patcher.
Because I'm a mogul male? I feel like everything I said was fine. Am I crazy?
No, you're not. And this would have been a really good moment to just set the boundary that you're not gonna like take back everything you say when he fucking cries like a bitch.
Farmed for views? Oh, well, I mean, shit, if that's the deal. I'll just fucking pull him out of the thumbnail, and then I feel like it doesn't really...
Please take my offering.
Why is it that the first time somebody like is upset with you and Hasan is upset with you, your first thought is to like, oh, how can I appease him? Why isn't your first thought to be like, oh, why is he upset? And be like, was that even valid? And then look at him and be like, oh, this isn't really even valid. It's not a big deal. Like, relax. Why can't you set like very basic boundaries with people? Is that why your friend was jerking off to your girlfriend in an AI form? Is because you can't set boundaries so people think they could walk all over you, or what's going on? Sorry, dude. Sorry, but I mean, fucking for real, man.
That's
like a spineless reaction. It's fucking crazy.
Change on the fly, baby.
Delete the video. We can't have that. You cannot be mad, Hasan Patcher. New video.
Did he even get any backlash from like audiences? She just got his friend just got upset. What the fuck?
Yo, new take. Okay.
It's not even like audiences were shitting on him for it.
He called it a re-upload, but it was a new take the next video. Oh, and to explain why he had to re-record the video instead of saying that he has to fix his wording for Hasan, he decides to blame drama commentators instead. It's fucking hilarious.
I was just being used in a proxy war for people who don't like Hasan.
He was being used. He had an original opinion. Well, he had his own opinion, and that was used by people to say, "Hey, WTF?" Maybe this is actually a really good... This is so interesting. You ever think that maybe it's a really good learning moment for Hasan to not say stupid fuckface shit? Like, streaming is a harder job? Because that's the heavy implication. You ever think that maybe he could have learned to not say that instead of you learning to guzzle his cock when you criticize him lightly for it?
Why the fuck am I being used for that?
Why am I being used for that?
This is crazy. It's crazy people. And this is the one that sent me over the edge. Now, this is a DM from a guy that's just said no balls.
Usually femboys send me over the edge. Okay, enough of that.
Well, that sent you over the edge, dude. The ego on this motherfucker. I'll expand upon this in a later part of the video, but I wanted to bring up this example specifically because it's very obvious that Ludwig wants to appease as many people as possible. Now, I'm no mind reader. I don't know his intentions, but it might have some...
My thing is like, just don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it. Like, why even weigh in the first place? Just don't talk about it. Just don't say anything about the situation. He could have just done that. You could just be like, you know what? This is my friend Hasan Parker, and I don't want to talk about drama related to him. There's really nothing wrong with that. But instead, you talk about it, and then you get lightly cucked. So you fucking decide, or you get like lightly criticized by him, and you decide to shift your take. You didn't even just take the take down. You like decided to completely shift the take. It's just such it's strange behavior. It's coward behavior. You could just literally not. You could just literally not. You could just not talk about it. It's just weird.
Something to do with the fact that he organizes a lot of streamer events, that his, girlfriend runs the streamer awards and has a podcast with Hasan, or maybe he's just a nice guy. I don't know.
But dude, that's the thing though. It's like, it's somewhat valid for him to just be like, I have a podcast with this guy. I don't want to talk about drama related to him. That's actually fine. I don't care. What makes you look like a pussy is when you put your perspective out there and then you get like pushback from this person and then you decide to just change your take. You didn't just delete the video. That would have been like, okay, whatever, I get it. You just had to change the take because you're afraid of this fucking idiot cuck. It's just stupid. It's just so cowardly. Like you could have done this like 1,000 times better, just in 1,000 different ways.
Well, but my critique is that it feels very inauthentic and fake. And of course, if nothing bad came of this, then I probably wouldn't be talking to you about it. But as we all know, that's just simply not the case. With the burden of having to appease as many people as possible, there are going to be a few hiccups along the way when you're trying to virtue signal for all that desired approval.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where like 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And like ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate, but I won't throw it on you. You know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Difference between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there.
This just seems like a very strange, like, why even bring it up? Why even talk about Israel Like, why even say you don't want to, it just seems weird. It's like a weird, it is like a weird, like appeasing take. I don't want to talk about it because maybe it's not popular. That's what I'm hearing. Some people might not like it if I did that. And it's like, it just comes off as like strange and just desperate for approval from everybody. Like, just why, I don't know. Like, I don't see why it would be an issue to raise money for Gaza. I don't see why you have to sit here and justify why you don't want to raise money for Gaza, because it sounds like you're doing a complete optics play.
I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Hey, stop insulting my people and yours. You are white, just to be clear.
I know Arabs are dying, but I'm not going to tell you to donate. Me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not going to promote it. Just don't.
She's a little based here, just to be clear. She's a little bit right here. I'm not going to lie. It might be a little entitled, I guess, but like his fucking take was just so weird and unnecessary and just unintelligent. It made no sense to talk about it the way that he did. So
I'll say you donated $10,000 then. And if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like,
now, Ludwig obviously is not in the wrong in the example that I just played, but it is really funny seeing him try to dodge all the fucking bullets like it's the goddamn Matrix, and yet he's still not able to appease one of Hasan's moderators, or Hasan himself.
Two wrongs don't make it right. He was bad and trying to appeal to everyone and not take a real solid stance, but Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit about like someone being called a cracker, okay? As someone who is white and is like used that word myself.
Whoa,
and this shit's already
dude, don't be using my slurs, guys.
He already defends Hasan tooth and nail all the time. Mr. Hasan Petcher, I would never spec ill of you. Take some baba oil. He loves the baba oil on his fetch. But it's especially cucked given the fact that he was going apeshit defending her over Ethan misspeaking about the order of which she won Rising Star of the Year. And by God, let me tell you, that star is still rising.
It's
based?
Okay. This is great. That was great. I think she's been the smartest one through the lawsuit, though, my understanding. No? She's like just not talking. She's talking to a lawyer. She's pretty smart here. I think Frogan, this is my thing. I think Frogan has an opportunity to actually be a content creator people will want to watch. She seems to every once in a while want to take part in being like a voice of drama for some reason, but then gets really upset when she gets acknowledged by the people that she criticizes. And so maybe drama's not for her, but like do something else. Play video game. I see her playing video games every once in a while. I'll go on Twitch, and like since she's like a rising star, I'll see some of her stuff gets recommended to me. Can I go down here? Oh, some of her stuff gets recommended to me. And it's just like, why are you talking about drama and then disappearing off the face of the earth? Like, how come you're not making like actual content that you maybe have more fun with? You can literally watch reality TV show on Twitch and then have an editor edit down your commentary on it if you're giving commentary, or you can do like some video gaming shit and then you can put something up there. Like, you can do more than nothing, or you can literally just like dual stream on YouTube and Twitch, although you can't watch TV shows if you do that. But like, you can dual stream your gaming streams or something, and you can put at least clips out there, something more than like just sitting there like begging for money, because I'm assuming you don't get paid by Hasan, because I don't know, I can't imagine he pays. I don't think he has a whole lot of money to pay people with the millions he makes a year.
She gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they?
Now, I tried messaging to deal with it offline, but this is just wrong. And not only like wrong
Pretty sure she did get it twice, no?
information, it's like fake and doctored information.
Doctored?
At the street.
Look, I won't speak for Cutie. I'm not friends with Frogan. I don't particularly like Frogan. The problem here is that he goes on to say, oh, she
bold move,
won an award and then got nominated the next year, and then has a joke.
She got nominated! Sora!
This is a totally fake image. And when I did a bit of research, I did a reverse image search, I find out
it's a
this fake image came from Destiny's subreddit a few months ago. To be clear, it is true that she was nominated in 2021 and lost, and then was again nominated 2022 and then won.
Okay, so that's weird though. How do you get nominated for Rising Star though twice? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh yeah, did I mention that he also co-hosts the Streamer Award?
Keep your little chump change, like.
Yeah, Ludwig, keep your chump change. In fact, never fucking show your face around here again. Go be a VTuber. Go use your chump change on V.
True, just don't use stubby bumpkins.
Tubing. Ludwig's a pure guy. He'll tell you himself. He loves to virtue signal. Like, there was this time where Hasan and a bunch of buddies decided to attack this YouTuber in the name of feminism, and for some reason, Ludwig just decided it was a perfect time to jump in. But he doesn't like to cover drama, of course. He's Ludwig from video games. But we can break this rule if it's in the
He's Ludwig from video games.
name of feminism, of course.
A little based.
And my problem there is when you make blanket posts on issues that fucking everyone agrees on just to get good boy points from your peers and audience who eat that shit up. Now, this is not a problem exclusive to Ludwig, but it's still extremely pretentious and annoying.
I'll be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you as a content creator. I'm not afraid to talk about things that I believe in, that people disagree with, right? Like, it is what it is. Try to be respectful and not antagonistic. I do my best. But I will say my favorites are the ones that are a slam dunk. You know what I mean? I enjoy that because not everything that we talk about is a slam dunk, but it's fun. I mean, nobody wants to be fucking whinged at over their take. So, you know what I mean? Like, I like it when we cover things. We're like, hey, look, we're gonna talk about Ludwig. Do you think anybody in my community is gonna push back? Of course not. So I'm like, nice, cool. Pirate software shit's been fun as fuck. But I will talk about stuff that people disagree with, But hey, listen, I also like talking about shit that people agree with. Boy, it's fun. It's fun as fuck, dude. Why not? A little audience. We have a little bit of fun. We don't always got to talk about controversial shit. You know what I'm saying, dude? I think the issue is that when Ludwig has a take that would be against his audience, he instantly flips the script, right? Like the whole Hasan thing. Hasan had a fucking meltdown, so he decided to flip the script. Like, that's the issue, is that he won't have his moments of hey, you know what? I'm going to have a disagreeable take with my audience.
Especially from people who actually have the means to fucking do something. This is the type of shit that turns people who would otherwise be more outspoken and willing to take action for the cause away from wanting to support it at all. It would be better to donate to or promote resources that actually help the cause you're virtue signaling about, or at least add a meaningful discussion to whatever the fuck you're bitching about. Otherwise, please, shut the fuck up.
Ooh,
in high school once, and it was just a little mistake.
Ludwig is not just a chameleon. He's also a jellyfish. No spine, no opinion.
A chameleon? Is that saying he's just hiding?
Just blending in. Now, if I were a betting man, I would bet that this man's ass has a lot of splinters. He loves to sit on that fence. We call him Splinter Ass. I'm sure there's wood all over that ass. Hasan, how much wood is on Ludwig's ass? So much wood on that ass from all that fence sitting, because he loves to sit.
Guys, is it gayer to sit on wood? What did we do yesterday? We did a game on the podcast with my wife where we played what's gayer, and it was a lot of fun. We were like, what's gayer when you're sucking a dick? Is it gay to gag on it? You know what I mean? We talked about that. My wife and I had a fun raunchy time. You know, so if you want to go give that a watch, that was a fun game we played.
Sit on that fence. I'm starting to wonder if something funny is going on between Ludwig and fences, the way he loves to fence it. Now, my earlier comments may have led
Sometimes you just have an itchy butthole and you gotta ride that fence. What?
you to believe that Ludwig actually makes drama content. And that's just not true. He's only Ludwig from video games. He doesn't talk about drama.
What the fuck is that? Is that Ludwig? Is that a VTuber Ludwig? That's fucking disgusting.
Don't care to discuss 99% of this because I'm Ludwig from video games. However, H3H3.
Except for the numerous...
Why does he do this then? Why does he decide to talk about fucking drama? If you're gonna stay out of it, stay out of it. What a weirdo.
amount of times he's talked about drama. Ludwig ran a fucking boring channel called Mogul Mail where he would talk about whatever he felt like. Sometimes he would cover internet trauma that he totally cared about, or just whatever the fuck else came to his mind. On its face, I really don't have a problem with this, other than the fact I find a lot of these videos to be really fucking boring. However, when you take a look at some of the topics he chooses to cover, you see a lot of conflicts of interest. Ludwig barely ever takes a stance in any of these videos unless it's super fucking safe for him. Yet, he always expresses feeling the need to talk about it. He took weeks being so afraid to take a stance on the Mr. Beast drama because they were friends, and frankly, I assume he saw a lot of holes in the...
I mean, that's fine. I just don't understand why he talks about drama then if he's afraid to have like a take. Just stay out of it. I don't get it. Like, not everybody wants to talk for fucking drama. It can be like really annoying. People can be very annoying in this sphere. Like, yeah, I get it. Just don't talk about it. But it seems like he wants to... This is one of the problems. It seems like he wants to talk about drama when he feels like he can have the right opinion, but then like he doesn't want to talk about it when he's afraid he's going to get some kind of backlash or criticism for his opinion. And it's like, that's you kind of can't do that in this sphere, we'll say. It's like kind of like a, you know, just got to have your fucking take, pussy, you know, or just don't have it at all. You know?
Way this dipshit tried presenting this story, but was afraid to press on it because he knew his audience would tear him apart because it was popular to hate Mr. Beast at that moment in time. And
yeah, I remember that shit was fucking dumb as hell. I remember watching that dog pack video. I was like, this video is like fucking shitty and cringe. People shit their pants and like got upset with me, but it was so bad. And then like a month later, dog pack came out that he was a big fucking loser. Like who would a shocker? What a fucking shocker. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
On the same token, there were things that were super easy to criticize Mr. Beast for that were undeniable that he was completely dodging. Now, I should clarify he did apologize for this instance of fence sitting. However, he decided to take some random fucking ASMR channel down with him who got a little bit of information wrong. And honestly, the shit that the guy got wrong was up to semantics. It felt really unnecessary in a way to dodge some of the accountability. In some of these videos, he almost looks uncomfortable covering these situations, yet insistent on doing it anyways.
When there's a topic that needs to be talked about.
What am I doing here?
Not necessarily because I'm dying to talk about it, but because it is so relevant in the space that I am in, or I am perceived to be so close to said topic that not talking about it doesn't seem like an option.
Earlier, I showed the example of Ludwig deleting a Mogul Mail over Hasan getting mad. It's a perfect example of Ludwig being a coward fence sitter.
I mean, that is true.
When the softest joke makes Hasan angry, he has to make damage control. What was even more cowardly was after the fact, when he made a new video recovering the situation, he tried to blame himself deleting the video on his sponsor not getting good views.
The video was called, "Do Streamers Have Hard Jobs?" And the reason I took it down is because we had a great sponsor on it. But the great sponsor wasn't getting great views.
Instead of just admitting the obvious...
What? The great sponsor wasn't getting great... What? Did your sponsor ask you to take it down or something? I don't understand that. What?
Fact that we all saw on stream that he was just trying not to piss off Daddy Hasan.
You should call Hasan and apologize. Why is Hasan mad? What did I do?
Why is Hasan mad at me, please?
Because my Mogul Mail?
It would have been...
Bro, you know, it's so interesting because, like, I give it a year. I give it a year before people like change their mind and they hate Hasan. Like, I honestly give it a fucking year. I don't think that there could be this level of maintenance for such like a disingenuous piece of dog shit. It's going to take like one thing, and Hasan's not going to be in the in anymore. Like right now, it's for a while it's been like, oh, we are allowed to hate Ethan, and everybody hates Ethan because of that. Soon, just like we got another year before people are going to be like, you know what? I actually like Ethan Klein again. Blah 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 blah. They're going to start like shitting and fucking cumming their pants over it, and then they're going to like and they're going to feel like they can justifiably like dislike Hasan again. And it's going to be all a performance. Like none of these people really know why they like or dislike somebody. For the most part, most people are just fucking sheep. Except for my audience, of course. They're all independent free thinkers. But most people are sheep that are just like, oh, they believe something because they're basically like, they're told that like that's what they're supposed to believe. And they want to believe their person that believes a thing. And they have like their person to go to for their takes. I'm just telling you. I feel like that's what's going to be next. It's just all optics. Most people don't really know what the fuck they're talking. Like they don't know what. Like they're just looking for somebody to tell them how to think. And then sometimes it makes sense. Like we do it in politics. Like, oh, I like this politician because they talk about like they're this, that, the other thing. Like I like James Tallarico. So like maybe you're more willing to listen to what he has to say and trust him when he talks about certain things. And that's kind of how it is here too. It's not all like super like, oh, you're stupid and bad type of a thing, but that's how it is, except we're all in the fucking drama sphere, and it's fucking crazy.
It's so easy to say to your audience, look, this guy's my...
Like, we're all going to be hating ferrets in like a year, and everybody's going to be like, wow, Papa goes so base for talking about how ferrets are stupid.
Friend, and I don't want to jeopardize our friendship, nor do I think I can be impartial. People would still look at you funny for being friends with Hasan, but it would still eliminate half the problem. Did you guys...
Yeah, true, like, be honest about it. Like, listen, guys, I took it down because, like, my wife... or my girlfriend and Hasan have a podcast together, and I just like didn't feel like dealing with the drama. But like the problem is, again, he didn't just take it down; he fucking remade the video, so then he looks like a cock when he does that.
No, Hasan attended a Diddy party.
I walked into this like
same
back, like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P Diddy was renting for
Disney. Did he just Disney referenced Epcot looking thing? Disney reference
and was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy things for people who are high. One of the images that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive, very young girl.
Nice friends you got there, Ludwig.
That is an interesting thing to say. I imagine when he says supposedly attractive, he just means they're supposed to be attractive. Still kind of a wild sentence there, boss man. But okay. I personally wouldn't talk like that. I would have been like, there was definitely an attractive little girl. Like, that's what I would have said personally. Because I'm honest. I'm just kidding. But, before the whole weird shit, I probably would have went to a Diddy party too. Or maybe I wouldn't have, because I hate leaving the fucking house. My wife has to convince me to go anywhere. Now, of course, like, I wouldn't go there. Duh. Like, that'd be crazy. But I would, for sure, open up my own baby oil business. I feel like I could do numbers. Maybe I would go there. Like if I owned a baby oil business, I would still go to a Diddy party because I would want a network to be able to have generational wealth forever.
But of course, he's got to cover everything while keeping every friendship intact. Yes, even that friendship. A quick recap if you don't know, Ludwig's friend Atrioc was caught looking at deepfake porn of female streamers, including Ludwig's girlfriend Cutie Cinderella. It obviously caused a big controversy.
I think he said that like he was just, I don't know. Listen, dude, here's my thing. Do you blame him? Like, and I understand a little more now that like it was upsetting to women. Like the women just like, hey, I know it's not my body, it's just my face. It's not really me, so it's not the same as somebody who had actual like revenge porn leaked. But it still makes me uncomfortable. It's weird. I understand that a little more. But like from his perspective, from a gooner perspective, he's just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I would have done it too. I'm not trying to be a fucking weirdo. I would have been curious. I don't know if I would have subscribed, but I would have looked. I would have fucking looked. I don't know, dude. I would have looked. I'm happy that that's not something that's available to me, but I would have fucking looked. You think it's weird? I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just a fucking gooner, but I would have looked. Like you're telling me like your friend has a hot mom and you wouldn't like, and if somebody had made AI like fucking porn of them, you wouldn't have taken a look. You wouldn't have taken. I would have been fucking curious, dude. I'm like, what the hell? But I'm just saying, dude. I'm fucking curious. I don't know. Fuck it, dude. Okay. I mean, fuck. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. But I'm just like, I'm a fucking gooner. I'm gonna take a look. He paid for it. Did he really pay for it? I don't know the specifics of it. That's crazy. I mean, if he did pay for that does make it a little weird. I feel like you got to be able to find leaks of that, right? Like, you could probably just look up the person's name, no? Maybe you can't. Maybe this was super exclusive.
I found this situation to be very odd, and I'm not going to be overly critical here because I can understand how weird of a situation this must have been for him. I will point out, however, that he did not have to dip his toes and make a video on this situation whatsoever. He could have just been supportive of his girlfriend behind the scenes. Yet he let him...
Paying for porn is gooner behavior. Dude, we're at like a point now where like it's fucking crazy. People don't do it for the love of the game like they used to. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm just saying. Remember when people used to do it for the love of the game? You know what I mean, guys? They used to just be like, hey, we're going to post shit on fucking Twitter for free, for fun. Now every time they post something, it's like, oh, plugging my OnlyFans. Boring.
His audience push him around and force him to make a video talking about it.
I felt pressure to make this video. Some people were mad at me in my DMs and they tweeted at me that I've taken so long to make this video.
Yeah.
But I hope you get that I prioritized being a boyfriend to my girlfriend, who's had a very shit past couple of days, over being like mogul male guy. But then when I sat down to think of like, okay, what am I supposed to say here? What is my take?
I can't be.
I feel like your take should be like, that's my friend, but like what he did was fucking weird. It kind of pissed me off. That's it. Or maybe he was happy. Maybe he's like, yeah, it was kind of cool. My friend thinks my girlfriend's hot enough to fucking jack off to her. You know, maybe he feels a sense of pride. I don't know. Maybe he even invited them to a cuckery. I have no fucking idea.
Be the only one who found this video strange.
I don't think he needs to make I don't think he, I mean, assuming he did make a video, I don't think you need to make a video about something like that, boss. I think you could just stay quiet about it. I think you could just be fucking quiet about it, and you don't need to make an explicit video about it. You could just be like, listen, guys, this is a weird scenario. I'm dealing with this behind the scenes with my girlfriend and my friend, and we're just going to do that. I feel like you could have definitely done that.
He's very light on Atrioc and instead focuses his attention on blaming men. That's right, it's men at fault for what your friend did.
It didn't feel like there was any other take to have than the one being expressed by all the women online. So rather than tell you...
What take is that?
A random dude's opinion on all this, I figured I would just show you some of the tweets that I thought were poignant and powerful. Ultimately,
this is going to be a tough one for me because I don't respect women at all.
It's not really about Atrioc. He's just another man partaking in the problem. It's about men feeling entitled to every part of a woman online.
Nah, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why your best friend violently jacked his dick off to your AI porn of your girlfriend isn't because he feels entitled to it. It's because he's fucking horny and stupid. Men are dumb and men are horny. Okay, men mix horny and dumb, and they go and they start doing AI porn of your best friend's girlfriend. Super relatable, guys. Super relatable. You know, my best friend is my wife, of course. So, you know, I just AI porn myself. Me jacking off. So sometimes I just look in the mirror and I just jack off. I'm like, whoa. You know, you gotta be your own biggest fan. It's nothing to do with entitlement. You guys overthink it. Oh, it's entitlement. No, dude, it's just like. Oh, dude, like, it's almost like parasocial. You're fucking, you know the person, you're just jacking off, you're just curious. I don't know. I just feel like it's not that deep. This doesn't have to be like a super feminist conversation in that way. You could talk about how, like, hey, listen, guys may not understand it because, like, they're not going to be the ones AI deepfaked because, like, men are horny gooner pieces of shit. That's fair. But, like, sitting here and talk about entitlement to bodies and stuff, just shut the fuck up.
And the desire to consume so much that they are willing to rob women of their personhood.
Whoa.
It's about the men who will defend him because they see nothing wrong with viewing women as solely vessels for their pleasure.
That's right. Another man, Ludwig, took an opportunity to virtue signal after reading off another female streamer's tweet saying that male streamers shouldn't be talking about this because they can't even...
I mean, listen, I disagree with what he's saying. I feel like this one's probably fine. Oh, I'm going to listen to, like, what the women's perspective is on this. I mean, I feel like I'm okay. I think I'm okay with that. I don't think it's, like, a huge issue necessarily. Like, he wants to leave this one to women and he wants to, like, signal boost this take. Again, I just don't necessarily agree with the take. I feel like it's not that deep. I don't know if the take's virtue signaling. I feel like this one is just like, hey, I feel like fundamentally that's fine. Hey, this is kind of something that women would understand a little bit more. Personally, I think people are pearl clutching a little bit. I think Cutie Cinderella loading up a cry stream to be like a performatively crying on the internet about this was fucking stupid and childish. It's okay to be upset. Be upset with your partner. You don't have to make everything an online spectacle to garner views and attention, which is what it was. You know, it's like it's okay to cry, but like you really shouldn't be optimizing your cry time on the internet. I don't know. That's just me. So, like, I disagree with the take overall, but, like, I think the fundamentals of, like, hey, listen, this is more of, like, a woman's issue. I'll signal boost a woman's perspective on it. I think it's fine, personally.
Even relate.
None of you should care or listen to what any male streamer's take is on how we feel.
Now, I'm cool with him forgiving his friend, and I think it's cool that he publicly supported his girlfriend. And if that was the plan, he could have just not commented further. Now, to be clear, I think Atrioc has overall done everything he could to make the situation right, and it seems like everyone has forgiven each other, and I think that's great.
What if the first thing Atrioc said, guys, I didn't even come? Good response or no?
Just saying, letting your audience force a response out of you after another female voice told you not to, and then using that opportunity to virtue signal was kinda odd to me and felt kinda cowardly. Another great example is a mogul male Ludwig made last year on the Twitch Adpocalypse. This video's got it all. Fence sitting.
Why do you say mogul male? Like, is it just because he's like a mogul? He's a Successful guy? What is that about?
Cowardly behavior, bad journalism, arrogance, hypocrisy, the whole shebang, honestly. Kind of reminds me of a video's namesake, huh? I love you, Hasan Patcher. For context, last year, the Twitch adpocalypse started after many viewers, and notably Dan Saltman, pushed for Twitch to stop upholding double standards against creators. This was after a bunch of clips of us.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, though. This dude, like, Hasan Parker, waited around. I mean, it was a toy gun, but it looked real, and, like, threatened a dude, right? What the fuck was up with that? What the fuck? Yet I can't wave my dick around? Like, what the fuck is up with that, dude? No, it's just fucking weird as hell. Personally,
Hasan and his orbiters resurfaced of them saying anti-Semitic remarks disguised as anti-Zionist remarks without punishment. However, Asmongold made a nasty comment against Palestinians, which at least he apologized for, and got a week-long.
Yeah, I mean, he too. From what I remember listening to, there was like dog whistling that like it's okay, like what's going on in Gaza is like okay because they're quote unquote like their culture is inferior. That was from what I remember.
Bam. This led to a campaign of viewers led by Dan Saltman to email a bunch of advertisers over Hasan's behavior to pull ads from Twitch, and it worked. Then Hasan blamed Asmongold for the Twitch adpocalypse, and Asmongold said it's both of their faults, and in all reality, in my genius, humble, well-informed, dumbass opinion, it's Twitch's fault. On principle, I'm generally against.
I mean, yeah, they don't do anything about any of this, so.
Ad boycotts. I can tell you firsthand that shit affects small creators the most. And as a big fan of the First Amendment, I think Twitch has too many policies that are way too strict on what can and can't be said, that are selectively enforced, leading to these double standard situations. They should either enforce the rules fairly or fucking change them, but they always refuse to do so. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot to say on Twitch, so shit, maybe a video about it will come one day. And for Ludwig,
ooh, content SWAT. What did we say before? SWAT? Content SWAT, Twitch. Fuck it. Why did it take me so long to come up with that?
And orbiters being involved, this is probably a lot to dodge and a pretty scary situation to be in. So maybe he would take the route of just not covering it, but we know that's not going to happen. So how does Ludwig cover the situation?
That's right. Another mogul mail.
That's right. Welcome back to another episode of Moron Mail. I'm your host, Logwig. Log because that's what I like to sit on when I'm sitting on the fence. And today...
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have some of the bravest takes.
I think I would prefer PVC fence. I feel like it would be more consistently smooth, you know?
Imaginable. So he starts the video off with a lie, marketing this video as the definitive video on the subject.
Where we're talking about the Twitch adpocalypse. Why? Because I was talking to my friend Shake about it last night, and I wanted to look up a video to learn more about it, and there was none. So I decided, okay, I will make one.
Which just isn't even true. There were a ton of videos already made on the subject, especially by Chicken Charleston over here.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we saw plenty of videos about... I feel like we saw plenty of videos about fucking the adpocalypse, no? Like there had to have been... There's plenty of them talking about it. I mean, maybe he meant in his community, because I imagine most of them were just like... anti-Hasan ones. Not that makes it wrong, but...
After explaining how ads work on Twitch for fucking 5 minutes, he shows his bias immediately by obfuscating the reason people are upset with Twitch. He blames the adpocalypse on the Asmongold ban.
Where did the advertisers go? Do they hate Twitch all of a sudden? Well, the genesis of this, as far as I can tell, is when Asmon got banned off of Twitch.
That might be true. That actually might be true. He might have a good point here. I'm not going to watch his full video, but that's saying the genesis is, to me, sounds like he's saying the start of it. That doesn't necessarily mean Hasan's not involved in it. So, like, yeah, I would put that at the start. If they're going, because what I would say is if they're going to give Asmongold a ban for this, you know, for hate speech, basically, then they should give Hasan one too for like what he did. Right? I forget exactly what he did. I forget exactly what Hasan did. It was just, I think it was really just the general, like, anti-Semitic dog whistling. You know, like when he insisted, guys, he insisted that it wasn't a false flag. But it seemed just like one when those 2 Jewish people were killed, right? Like, that's...
He avoids mentioning Hasan.
Where people are like, okay, you ban Asmon.
No, it predates that? Does this predate that?
For...
No, the start of it was Hasan at the time. I could have... Was it? I don't know. Maybe I would just disagree with you guys. Maybe I would say like this might be like a decent point because to me this exposes double standard. Like if you're going to give Asmongold shit for what he said, then you kind of have to give Hasan shit. So I would say I kind of agree with what he's saying. Maybe I'm just wrong.
We're saying this thing about Palestinian people, But, you know, what about this person saying this thing about this people?
He tiptoes around Frogan's racial tier list.
And they banned several Arab
Yes, the fucking racial tier list was crazy, dude.
streamers following a Habibi rating panel that was at TwitchCon, and you can see
that was clearly an anti-Semitic dog whistle. And I love how they say it's not, but it's like you guys, like, you know, one of the biggest things you're supposed to be as like a big old lefty, you're supposed to be nuanced and intelligent. So you would understand that this seems like a dog whistle. So that should be enough for you to take it down and be like, you know what, we should have never done that. It seems very insensitive. The way that we did it seems like it's insensitive, and it seems like I could see why people would think it's a dog whistle. So we should have stayed away from it. Right? That's how you would interact with it if you weren't like a fucking dishonest freak.
See, the sponsors are in the background.
He claims Asmongold blamed himself, which is half true because he showed half the context.
Hasan is blaming Asmongold for the adpocalypse for teaming up with people who he says, and Asmon is
looking at me and blaming me. I want to say you're welcome.
Take
stupid asshole.
Blame himself, and probably talking about
Asmon was mid-apocalypse. It added to it, but it wasn't the cause. Was he really? I just don't remember it like that. Maybe I mean that could just be wrong. I don't have like a particularly strong opinion about it. Was he really mid-apocalypse? I thought that was kind of like the start of it. I thought that like everything kind of like blew up after Asmon didn't get like Asmon got punished and nobody else did. Maybe you're right now. All right, doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, again for the.
But I think I understand what you're saying. The criticism started, then this whole thing with Asmongold happened, and then things started to like explode from there. Is that what we're saying?
100th time.
Damn, Ludwig, did Hasan write that joke himself?
If I had to guess.
Excellent backpedal. Don't want to start drama, of course. And this fucking boggled me the most, because after the video dropped, he actually cuts apart from his video, which was a clip of Mizkif saying that Hasan should have been banned. Hey, yo, you know it's bad when LSF is calling you.
Probably should have been, yeah.
Got to.
I mean, and for them, like, if they ban Hasan, they're probably going to lose a pretty significant portion of their viewer base at this point. I think that they basically have almost decided that like they're gonna, I don't know, that this is what they want to centralize around. I just feel like in the long run it's gonna fuck them pretty hard.
Very clear.
It's just so funny that they give Hasan so many. This is what actually I think is the bigger, like almost a bigger problem from a business sense. It's obviously an issue that Twitch gives Hasan special concessions, but the issue is that Hasan isn't respecting that fact, right? Like he's making a mistake and they're like, listen, Hasan, we're gonna let you off the hook with this one, you know. And so Hasan should be like, okay, thanks, man. Let me do better next time. But instead, he's going on and having like, he's being provocative for attention, right? Like that's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. He's being provocative for attention. Like you think he'd have like a level of appreciation. He'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to be provocative for attention. I'm not going to be a fucking unhinged freak. Let me take, like, they gave me a pass. Let me be a little bit more intelligent about it. But no, he doesn't do that.
Trying to do some fucking PR for Hasan. This video runs off cherry-picked clips and a giant avoidance of showing off the clips of Hasan saying insanely controversial things that Dan Saltman
Dude, how do I get more of these guys? Like,
used to run this boycott. This video was a terrible attempt to be an unbiased look at the adpocalypse while ignoring the facts of the situation and running PR for his shitty friends, who, as we've already shown, don't exactly reciprocate the same energy.
The fucking sigh is so funny.
This is a cracker take.
Hey!
You should have called him that. No.
Don't say that, dude. It's so mean.
I don't give a shit.
You don't have to loaf me, Hasan. I still loaf you. Before we read the comments,
That's so beautiful.
Ludwig knows exactly why this is happening and who is causing it, but being unable to say why and who for obvious reasons is hilarious. Lud, you're better off not covering a topic if you have to tiptoe around so much to avoid offending friends. Lud kept criticizing Mr. Beast for not speaking out against his friends, other YouTubers for not speaking out, and then drops this shit. Nice try, Lud. Now, as we've established, he did actually take some heat for this. So what does Ludwig do in response? Does he acknowledge and remove his shitty content? Does he make a video correcting the record? Does he attempt to take accountability? Nope, instead he abandons his channel. And then when asked why he stopped uploading, he shits on the drama commentary community, says he's officially quitting the channel, and is done making any more drama content.
Will you post on Mogul Mail again? No, I don't think so. I think the drama landscape has changed quite a bit.
That might be true though.
On YouTube, in a way that I don't like. I don't like it so much. Because there is sometimes fun drama, but I do think drama frogs have become more powerful. Scarier, to be honest.
What a fucking
Actually, he might be right about that, kind of. I understand what he might be kind of right about that, to be honest with you. It just sounds like he's saying like things have shifted, and people are taking people in the drama community more serious now, which is true. That's why you take Hasan seriously. People love pretending Hasan isn't a fucking drama creator. He is. So like that's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. But I don't think that I don't think these people are self-aware enough to understand that Hasan is a drama creator. They like pretending Hasan is not a drama creator, and then getting like performatively upset. It's just strange. They're like, drama is so cringe, but Hasan is a political drama content creator.
Genuous coward. And trust me, we're not done talking about Mogul Male, as, spoiler alert, he hasn't stopped talking about drama. Well, shit, as of editing this video, he returned to the Mogul Male channel to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. While I haven't watched this video yet, I say with full confidence that there is a non-zero chance that he defends Hasan from being in the Epstein files. Another little funny anecdote that I thought I'd throw in is that he is friends with Pirate Software. Oh, and there was another act of cowardice that we're gonna cover where he throws his friend under the bus and avoids all accountability, but we'll cover that when we get to the recent situation.
Stop calling me gay. I swear.
Never stop calling me gay, dude.
I love the giant.
You know what? I'm putting myself in Ludwig's shoes right now, and I'm starting to feel bad for him. Ludwig, greatest streamer ever. When you're that big of a fucking coward that you gotta suck off every morsel of clout to keep your events from imploding and to keep your girlfriend's podcasts and award shows intact, that's gotta be hard.
It's gotta be, like, unironically kind of difficult to have a channel that is centralized around trying to appease people. And I think that's the biggest issue. And I don't know that, I wonder if Ludwig has the ability to be a content creator who is more, I don't want to say ingenuine, drama, like, I don't know. It's really, I don't know. He can clearly be a creator without like kind of like sucking off. Maybe he can't. I don't know. It's just so strange. Like he centralized his entire content strategy around trying to make everybody happy. And that was your problem. And then to like maintain his employment and everything and his employees' employment, he kind of has to act a certain way. I guess you can give him a little break on that, I guess, because that is true. I don't know, just maybe it's again, just why does he even do the drama in the first place? I wonder if he just wants to be a mouthpiece to be able to like fucking like suck us on stick or something.
I'm hard. And as you could probably imagine, putting yourself in that position sets you up for a lot of hypocrisy. Hold up, chat. Let me up these numbers. I mean, how the fuck can you be morally consistent when your morals gotta change depending on who you need to appease right now, right? The hypocrisy writes itself.
It just kind of seems like it's always Hasan.
And plenty of examples of Ludwig being a hypocrite, like his inconsistent drama coverage on Mogul Male, have already been shown. But that doesn't mean I'm done. Ludwig is very selective about what drama he cares about. Like, he'll virtue signal about his friends and whatnot, but when it comes to smaller creators getting fucked over, not my problem, even if it's the cardinal sin of YouTube.
I saw the drama yesterday with WestJet, if you saw that.
I don't know if
that's Valorant related.
Wait, I feel like I looked this up, but I forget. What is it?
He made a video about Shazam, and then Shazam copyright struck him.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, this is all lame. I don't care.
I mean, it's still fucked up. It's a false copyright strike.
It is.
That's some dog shit.
Remember how Ludwig said he was done covering drama?
I'm a little confused with that. I mean, you don't have to talk about everything. You don't have to talk about everything if you don't want to. That's fine. I just don't understand why he would just be like, oh, I didn't care. Somebody was like abusing copyright. Why not care about that? I'm a little confused on that. But okay.
He fucking.
I feel like that's a slam dunk. Like, wouldn't he want to do a slam dunk video? Like, hey, these people are falsely striking this creator. Is that not? I don't. Okay. I guess I just don't understand why he wouldn't fucking talk about that.
Lied. Yep. Here he is covering another drama, which is fuck me. Okay. And I'm never gonna escape this fucking topic. Fuck! Actually, well, I'm not as depressed as I was when writing that because it got canceled and there's a lot of funny stuff happening and Issa's crashing out. It's all good, but that's for another video. But anyways, take a wild guess at who Ludwig tried running PR for this time. Any guesses? Yeah, you in the back over there.
Was it the Jamhas?
Muy bien. Let's go.
Why does he keep inserting himself into this type of drama and then complain that this type of drama is toxic? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so when Idubbbz and Anissa left Creator Clash and the new owners leaked that Ian and Anissa were being dishonest about profiting off of the event, naturally, people felt scammed. But fear not. Ludwig is here to say...
I thought I saw him say that, like, oh, it wasn't Ethan's fault.
Of the day. He goes on to misrepresent the actual argument, saying it doesn't matter that the other events failed, and it doesn't matter that they were profiting this time around, because the first one did really good.
So it was a scam? I feel like that has to be like the worst faith interpretation. I think if an event is successful and raises $1.3 million for charity on their first go around, their big plan isn't like, oh my God, in this next time
Did they raise 1.3 million for charity specifically in that event?
we run it, we're going to make money for ourselves. Now that we've raised the 1.3 million for charity, now we get to make some money of our own. You would just take the 1.3 mil on the first go around. 1.3 mil is a lot of money, bro. That's hella bread. So I feel like you're just not, if you're looking at it in a vacuum, yeah, I think you could call that a scam.
I'm looking at it in a vacuum and I still really don't understand.
But
okay. I'm not understanding his take. I can understand why people feel scammed because the interpretation, and like what I always thought the event was like, was money for the first one. I actually got the 1.3. Okay, cool. Like, I don't know. It seemed like it was a charity was an afterthought, but they promoted it, in my opinion, as if the charity was like the whole main idea. But I don't feel like that's true. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'd call it a scam, but it seems like it was disingenuous marketing.
you're ignoring the context of the first one that was hella successful.
Nobody's ignoring the context of the first event. I certainly didn't. What you're ignoring is the context of the second event. And while this time around, they were profiting off of the event and marketing it as a charity event when none of the event proceeds were going to charity. He then proves over and over that he just does not understand the situation whatsoever in a way that's really fucking frustrating.
I think that shit hella flopped. How did CC2 make no money? Because they had a pay-per-view model and they just didn't.
No, why did it?
Well, I think that fundamentally Creator Clash failed because Ian and Issa have no idea how to advertise their fucking business. They're stupid as fuck. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like I don't understand why they didn't do their own podcast. Just the whole thing is stupid. I don't get how they're so fucking stupid.
It flop. They didn't promote the event, dude. You don't understand the event.
Is money paid not towards charity until event costs are paid? Yeah, but presumably. Because where else is the money coming from? And I guess, do you guys consider that a scam?
No, that's not what anyone's talking about. Yeah, dumbass, that's how the first two events were operated, and nobody has a problem with the first one. The problem with the second one is that the costs were going to bullshit, and the problem with the third one is that it wasn't even a fucking charity event as advertised. Now, why is this in the hypocrisy section? Buckle up, because this is fucking...
Well, one of the things I like to do when I'm playing this game is I like to make the pets in this game, name them after whatever we're watching. So we, like when we're watching Pirate Software, the other ones were like Pirate Software themed. This one is Ludwig themed. So I'm just making this my pet here is Ludwig themed here, just so that you guys see it. This way we're like, oh cool. You know, hey, me and Hasan's pet are off to a great start. Isn't that beautiful?
I feel like people get real bad faith or virtue signally when it comes to charity stuff. Yeah, maybe grandstandy. I don't know the exact word. But I feel like when the word charity is hit, people are like, heavens. And most incredibly successful charities understand that it's a business and things need to be able to operate not just one time, but consistently many times.
Buddy, who are you defending? They constantly use charity as a shield to virtue signal. That was one of the biggest critiques of the event.
No, absolutely. They wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Every time you would criticize them, like, oh, you're criticizing a charity event.
He's just so...
We can just call a spade a spade. These are drama frogs. These are all drama...
What the fuck is a drama frog? What does that mean?
Frogs who are
to leap on drama, I guess.
Very mad at Ian and Anissa, but like I think the wind is out of the sails because
you are just completely off your fucking shit if you think the wind is out of the sails on that one.
Because unless they're lying, they have nothing to do with this. They won't be a part of it. They own none of it. They stand to gain nothing from it. So it's like, what are we yelling at?
We also have some breaking new additions to this section. Now that Creator Clash 3 is canceled, he flip-flopped again. Oh, now it's Ian and Anissa's fault. Now it was fucked from the start. It's just like, pick a goddamn side and stick with it. Also, you gotta love his chat. Like, no wonder he's scared.
Well, the second one, they wrote it off as like, they just wrote it off as like there was nothing that they ever could have done to make the event more successful. And so like, that's it. They just wrote that off. They're like, oh, there's nothing we could have done to make it more successful. So it's like, okay, well, you guys could have, made an actual good event. That could have been pretty good if you guys made an actual decent event. If you guys advertised it better, et cetera, et cetera.
They're shitless and can't have an actual take of anything.
I think ultimately the right call that they canceled it. Because if they had gone through with it, I think it would have.
I think Ethan Klein should buy it, and then I'll be an announcer. And then it'll be really good because I have no idea about boxing, and I think that would be a breath of fresh air. It could be something fun. But like they should do announcers differently. Like they should have official announcers and like unofficial announcers, kind of a thing. Like have announcers at the event, and then like, you know, blah blah blah. But then like wow, this is great. Then but they should also have like unofficial like announcers that people can tune into. So like you can tune into the event, like you're there obviously. You could watch it in one way, or you can go watch this person's stream and watch it another way, but figure out a way to like monetize it. Like give people official ability. Like, oh, Papa God, you can stream the event. We'll give you the official okay to stream the event and be an announcer on the event, but like we're gonna take 80% of your revenue for that day, or something like that. I mean, I'd be like, okay, that could be interesting, or maybe 50% or something. You know, like that could like we're just thinking out loud. You know. What did Ian and Anissa consider stuff like this? Did they consider like a license in some capacity? Hey, you can stream it. You have to stream it through here though, or you do this. No, of course not. They didn't think about anything because they're stupid as fuck.
Have done so bad. Ethan Klein did it. Okay, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but I do think iDubbbz posting the content cop was one of the dumbest moves ever. Straight up, that was crazy. I think it was not considerate of how many other people would be dragged into the situation who don't give a fuck and just want to fight. You know, make that video when Creator Clash isn't happening, I would say.
I saw a lot of people praising him for being like, wow, he's actually saying the right thing this time around. Yeah, because it's fucking convenient. It's not like some new...
Yep, I felt the same way, honestly. I said it earlier. I felt the same exact way.
Information was presented over the last month to change his mind, okay? It's because it's convenient.
Will Ludwig continue to be a hypocrite? Will Cameron finish editing this video before he has to move out? Will we ever know how much baby oil is required for a Ludwig event? Stay tuned and find out on this episode of Content Cop Reload.
Whoa.
I kissed 2 girls before, and it felt...
This section was my original reasoning for making this video until shit just continued to pile. I am not the first person and probably won't be the last person to point out how inauthentic and fake Mr. Chameleon Jellyfish's fucking personality feels. But to start, I need you guys to be introduced to this little game theory I have called streamer hierarchy. It's this hierarchy of different streamer cliques that all kind of just work together. The one I'm focusing on here is what I'll call the LA clique, which...
I like this name, Ludwig A.
It's kind of got 2 factions. There's the main bubble where you got fucking Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, Fuslie, Valkyrie.
I don't know who the fuck these people are. I don't think I know who Valkyrie and the other one are. Who's the other version?
Bubble where you got fucking Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, Fuslie.
I have no idea who Fuslie is.
Valkyrie, Doug, etc. These are all the people that are well connected, clean image, go to every event, yada yada. Then you got the outer bubble, Hasan, Pokimane, etc., who are either too big or too controversial to be at every event. But they're always welcome whether or not they pass the vibe check because there's so much audience overlap. Mr. Patcher, you're always welcome at my events. Perhaps more Mario Kart. There's Bappy Oil. Now, I got nothing against most of the people I just listed. There's just something very pretentious about the idea of this group. Especially because Ludwig and QT kind of act as the mean girls, or like the gatekeepers of the clique. They run most of the events, they have some control over who's valid and who isn't, which is explored in this video, and they call most of the shots. For example, the Streamer Awards, an event made by Ludwig's girlfriend, QT Cinderella. They control who's invited, they get the final say on nominees, and
Pirate Software, that's funny. I see he circled this at LMAO. Yeah, why would he even be in Streamer of the Year? What the fuck? I feel like I show speed though. I mean, he seems to actually be quite a popular streamer. I see fucking clips of this guy. It's actually insane how much other people, like people in other countries, like love him. They'll do like parades for him. It's impressive and strange to me.
And hell, if they wanted to, they can AstroTurf the votes. I mean, who won the first Streamer of the Year award?
The winner of the Streamer of the Year award is Ludwig.
Whoa.
You guys would not believe who I had to sleep with to get this.
That's kind of funny though.
Must be a coincidence. That must be a coincidence.
It's a little weird though. I mean, like, what do you? I guess it's just kind of. It's why. I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't you want people to why that? I mean, I don't give a fuck about these things, but like that makes you look super non-credible to give your boyfriend fucking Streamer of the Year award there. Wouldn't you, like, just on principle not allow yourself to win? Like, my wife and I do a soup party. And guess what? We don't win the soup party. We're not, you know, but if we did, it actually wouldn't be as big of a deal. Because everyone votes on it at the soup party, right? So, but it's just weird to have yourself win. That's so strange.
Cutie Cinderella would never. Maybe Cutie Cinderella had astroturfed it, but I know Ludwig would never, because if Ludwig had control over the Streamer Awards, we know who would be winning Streamer of the fucking Year. We know who wins that.
Yeah,
now
true.
consider how this click ties into what we've already talked about so far relating to Ludwig. It's not that Ludwig cares. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but it's that he needs to care. He needs to have this squeaky clean image. Like, you ever notice how none of these people play PR for Ludwig? They openly talk shit, yet everything's just fine? Now just keep my little game theory in mind, because
That's interesting. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I don't really see Hasan saying positive things about him.
I do expand upon it later. And also let me know your thoughts on it, because it might be worthy of its own video in the future. But my point is, Ludwig, you're like fucking YouTube's James Corden. Disingenuous and fake, but with a facade of this guy who's all happy-go-lucky that all the little streamer micro-celebrities need to be involved with. Now, maybe none of that matters, and maybe if none of these events were overhyped, boring fucking garbage, I wouldn't care. Even so, that doesn't top our next subject.
So we're doing Burial Cart World. It's an unsponsored event with no prize pool. I'm getting 24 people to compete for Burial Cart World.
I mean, that sounds fun, because there's 24 people allowed to play the game. And there's a cool mode, because I have the game. There's a cool mode where, like, it's a continuous 6-track race, and then, like, every track you go down the number of people allowed to be in it. So it starts at 24, and then, like, you seamlessly go from track to track. So it's really cool as you go from 24. After the first track, you know, the top 20 move to the next one, then the top 16, and it just continues to go without it stopping. It's fun. So it seems like an interesting idea for an event, but...
And actually, chat, right now, let's figure out my list. Mango, of course, Mango. He's got to be invited.
Of course, Mango, he has to be invited. He's entertaining, and we can play up how much he loves to drink.
There's a chance of becoming the 3-time.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
Doesn't seem like that second part's true.
Let's up those numbers!
Okay.
So throughout this video, I've been using the word boring a lot to describe his mogul mail content. And honestly, any streamer, he's just talking about random shit. It's pretty boring. He doesn't really add anything new to the table, because most of the time he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But him not knowing what he's talking about might not be the problem. I feel like he could totally up the ante and do something more funny and creative. I mean, shit, how entertaining are his events?
BB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
I mean, listen, dude, nothing cooler than encouraging dangerous alcohol consumption. Kinda based. Kinda based.
I see, so the only real wow factor of these events has just been alcohol. How about he just gets fucking shit-faced drunk? Hello everyone, welcome back to More on Mail. We have some...
It's I mean, listen, it's generally sounds like a kind of a fun time, but really the biggest problem is when you mix out, I mean, you can't mix alcohol with somebody you know has an alcohol problem. You know, it's hard to maintain that squeaky clean image as you're urging somebody to drink irresponsibly.
Crazy.
In a way that can, like, endanger other people at the event in some capacity. Like, he was going around fucking touching people. I mean, come on. Why, did we really not think that was going to happen? Like, whoa, what a shocker. What a shocker. Especially since he was grinding on Ludwig himself. You don't think that was going to happen to somebody else?
News today. We're upping the numbers today. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of... Today we're going to be talking about some crazy news. Anissa Jamal got all her tattoos removed, and I think this is crazy. Why did she do it? We think it's because of the patriarchy.
Cameron, you got to stop making fun of her, because that's your future wife, bud. You got to stop making fun of her, because what's going to end up happening is, first of all, you've already decided to be her next husband, because you're doing content cops. So sorry to hate to break it to you, bud. All right, but I keep telling you, they're gonna get divorced, and then she's actually gonna be the one to initiate it. That's the funny part. The funniest part is that, like, and guys, remember this, because it's gonna happen in a year, and you're gonna be like, wow, Papa God's like super smart and right. In a year from now, about a year from now, Ian and Anissa are gonna break up. But you want to know who's gonna initiate it? It's gonna be Anissa. Because she's going to be in her fucking delusional world and think that, like, she's too good for Ian, even though she's really just been weighing him down the entire time. So they're going to break up. And then she's not going to understand why she's not, like, trending upwards. She's not going to understand why she's trending upwards. She's like, what the hell? Things are getting worse. And iDubbbz is going to start to do better. He's going to take a little bit of a rest for his mental health. And then he's going to start doing much better as time goes on. And then iDubbbz is going to marry Ray. And then Cameron's going to start dating Anissa. And I think he's going to fix her. I think he's going to end up fixing her. I think that's what's going to end up happening. So just letting you know. Letting you know, dude.
And, you know, all the pressure that mean iDubbbz puts on her, I think that's really fucked up, and I think we should look into that. But who am I to say? Actually, I think iDubbbz is a good guy, and I think we should forgive him. I think what's actually going on is it's Asmongold's fault. Potentially Tectone was
that makes sense.
Involved. That's my take on the situation. But Asmongold just admitted to saying slurs. I won't make a stance on it.
I've never said slurs before in my entire life for the last 20 minutes.
I'm not kidding. Look at the clip. He says on stream right here that he likes to say slurs off camera. And I don't really have an opinion on this, but I just thought it was important to let you know that he's...
What's happening?
That he has said slurs before. Hasan would never. This has been more on mail. This has been more on mail. I'm gonna go kiss Hasan Piker on the mouth.
Are hurting my feelings. Please stop calling me gay.
Let's up those numbers! Unfortunately, our test results have come in, and it seems that you failed. What the fuck, Ludwig? Who's gonna run cover for us now? So I had to make a lot of changes to my loose little script while researching for this video. Things kept happening over the past month. Now, we've already established that Ludwig likes hosting these gay little YouTuber events. He recently...
Gay little YouTuber, this is wild.
Held one for Mario Kart but drunk, and he called it Beerio Kart, which ended in such disaster it added to the budget of this video. I would have just been recording this in my cop outfit without consuming a lot of alcohol, but here I am. Now, why did this event end in disaster? Well, Ludwig decided to invite his alcoholic friend Mango to the event.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink.
And just to be clear, I just think people need to be very clear in understanding of like what's happening here. He invited his alcoholic friend to the event to be an alcoholic. He invited him because he's like, oh, if I invite him, he'll be really entertaining when we get him drunk. That's the whole point. I think people need to understand that. It's not just like a silly little decision. He brought him there to drink and have like fun and fuck around. That was the whole point. So it's all intentional. It's all intentional. That's the whole fucking point. It wasn't like an accident what happened. Ludwig brought him there with the expressed intention to get the guy drunk. Like that's the whole point of it. Right? Like that's the whole point of the whole situation.
Drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
Sounds like a fucking horrible idea. Did he at least try to keep him under control?
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
No, he actively encouraged arguably deadly amounts of alcohol.
Mango just blew a .3!
0.40 or higher is generally considered potentially lethal. Especially without emergency care, back levels above 3 significantly increase the risk of respiratory arrest. Yeah, it seems dangerous.
After getting seriously drunk, Mango started doing some not so good things. He violated a Toad plushie, and he made a lot of the female streamers uncomfortable.
Final words.
Was any action taken during the event to stop this? No. Now, obviously, Mango fucked up here. No denying it. He's taking accountability and he's being punished. I'm not going to tear him apart here, but he absolutely fucked up. How?
Yeah, I mean, they brought him there, got him drunk, and then he was like harassing people. Yeah, not good.
However,
it's just like it's just pathetic that Ludwig brought him there with the intent of doing that, didn't stop the behavior because it was entertaining, didn't say anything about it until after it was called out publicly. It's like it's not like he talked to Mango in private or anything at all. Like that wasn't a big part of it. He didn't like talk to him privately. He didn't say like, "Hey guys, I dealt with this privately already." Blah blah blah. People got uncomfortable. Then he never did anything about it there until it became news. That's something people should keep in mind. He dealt with it in like the worst way possible. He didn't care. Like that's what it sounds like to me. He didn't give a fuck.
Let's not act like it wasn't extremely irresponsible to invite a known alcoholic to your event. Ludwig
and then encourage him to drink.
Absolutely has some responsibility.
He could have invited him to the event. And then he could have had him like he could have just like monitor his drinking instead of encouraging him to drink as much as possible. That's not what he did.
Responsibility in this. He was encouraging and shouting to the rooftops how dope it is that Mango is this fucking drunk.
Everybody, Mango just blew a .32.
He was telling people how great of an alcoholic Mango is.
Okay, Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
I'm sorry, but hold up. Is that pirate software as this camera guy?
Okay.
He's a machine of a man.
He said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
He ignored people saying what he was doing was a bad idea.
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
He has to monitor another grown-ass drinking. I know that you're incredibly fucking stupid, but I think maybe you just listen. He invited an alcoholic, somebody with a drinking issue, to an event, a drinking party, and then encouraged him to drink. Are you fucking stupid? I don't understand. Like, what kind of an idiot question is that? It's just such a terminally online question. Hey guys, my dad's an alcoholic. I'm gonna invite him to a drinking party, encourage him to drink. I'm not in the wrong for this one. Boom! I'm in the right. I'm not completely fucking stupid. Like, why ask stupid questions? You know what I mean? Why ask a stupid fucking question like that? It's weird. It's a stupid idiot fuck question to even or something to say that. Like you guys are 16 years old talking about what you think grown men should be doing. It's very strange. It's just a very strange thing to talk about. You guys are like you're children talking about, oh, so you have to do this for a grown man. You're obviously a child, so why the fuck are you talking about grown-ass men? Unless you're gay and want to fuck grown men, then that's like understandable, but Jesus Christ. You don't agree you're pro-clutching? Because you're stupid and you're a child and you're a fucking baby, dude. I don't fucking care. Dude, I don't even know why I'm fucking getting one man over this. Yeah, just to be clear, though, it's very irresponsible. It's just childish and irresponsible to do that. You're 30? Well, get a fucking wife. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it's just childish and irresponsible. You know you're doing a streamer event. You know you want to get this guy there. You know you want to get him as drunk as possible. So you get him as drunk as possible for the event, and he starts acting like a fucking idiot. There's a level of responsibility onto you for that. You know, that's literally all it is. It's silly. Like, why aren't you? If this is your friend, why are all these things going down the way that they're going down?
That is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous. Let's up those numbers!
And he still never stopped Mango after shit hit the fan.
What are you pulling her hair?
Mango, you're so silly!
Don't beat her ass
You
up,
guys
bro.
are amazing!
I won't let him beat you up.
Thank you, Lud.
Wow.
That's so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
boink,
thank you
boink,
for
boink. I did add.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup,
Was that
right?
Borderlands sponsor actually good?
What?
Was that Borderlands sponsor good?
It was fun.
Why isn't he doing something to stop this more aggressively?
I was loving it. I love Borderlands 4.
I love to hear that.
But this was the best day ever. 10-hour stream.
Woman's hair. It's voluminous.
Oh, great. Voluminous.
She only watched that shit once a month.
Yes, I am.
Turns out we're staying here.
Now, Ludwig did initially make a response, and honestly, wasn't all that bad. Not perfect by any means, but it probably could have been left at that.
There was a bunch of clips yesterday of Mango going around humping people. And I know this because I saw them all this morning. And
he was one of the people humping him, so... He was one of the people getting humped by him.
And I also, I think, was getting humped a lot myself. Now, I'm going to say, I don't mind when Mango humps me because I know Mango. It was super weird if you watched any of the clips when he was humping people he doesn't know very well. And yeah.
This is the moment where if he says, like, yeah, either one, I talked to people about it, and we've already settled it privately, or like I wish people would have come to me and I could have dealt with it in like before it got this far. You know, that would have been great, but it is what it is, and people have the right to be upset. Like, he could have responded like that. Maybe that is how he responds. Then we'll owe him like an apology.
Yeah, I feel like menace is like a cutesy term that we use with Mango, and it's like nah, that's just harassment, bro. You can't be cutesy about it.
Well, then why are you saying it afterwards though? Like,
my main goal at any event is that the people who are participating have a good time. And I dropped the ball yesterday. I mean, to be real, I dropped the ball. Because not only did people not have a good time, some people had like an explicitly bad time. Like they were uncomfortable, wanted to leave early, needed to leave early. And that's like ultimately
that's actually a pretty good response.
My fault, right? That's on me. That's my event. That's my job to do that. So I feel really bad about that. And
this is a solid response. You insinuated that he changed this response? Because this is actually pretty good.
You know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mango this, I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves event. Because like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like the whole point of an event is like, it's a fun thing to do, have a good ass time. And if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing.
The only real problem with this,
I feel like that's actually a decent response. That seems like it was. It seems like that was in the same video that like I reacted to like part of the video and I only saw this part and I didn't watch the whole thing. But this seems like I didn't know there was a whole thing to watch. But this seems like a pretty solid response. I don't think it could be better unless we could see knowingly that he like knew about all this the whole time and didn't do anything about it. And he only cared after backlash. So it's actually decent.
This response is that he takes no accountability for the fact that he was actively encouraging his
yeah, that's an issue. That he wasn't. That definitely is a fucking issue. That he's not like he did say that was on me lightly, so he could have been like generally referring to that, but you know, he still should probably be a little more adamant about it. But like about the specifics, but like it seemed like he took a little bit of accountability. So
alcoholism and the fact that like this guy was a known alcoholic, like he just actively encouraged it, didn't really acknowledge it, but he did like competently respond and say that he felt bad at first. Then the double downs happen. Then he doesn't shut the fuck up.
You killed Mango? Not even a little bit. I don't know if you're meaning or genuine. I feel zero guilt. I don't feel guilty at all. I think this is his own actions because he's his own man. He's an adult man.
And there's the fucking problem. I feel no guilt. This is not my fault. I beg your pardon? You shouldn't have invited him to the event. And yeah, the onus is on him to drink responsibly, of course. But you know he's not gonna do that. That's like putting Casey trying to ton of weed and say, no.
I think I invited him and encouraged him to drink. There's more responsibility on Ludwig than he seems to think, but overall, it seems like a decent response. And I think I don't know. I'd have to watch his full video about it and everything to see how I fully feel about it, which I'm just not gonna do. I don't care enough right now to do that, so I'm not going to be like super strongly opinionated on it. It seems like he didn't act the way he should have, and he should be taking a little bit more responsibility, especially since he was like encouraging the behavior generally speaking. So yeah, I mean, he deserves a little criticism, I think, for downplaying himself a little bit, for sure. I agree with that, but it seems like he did better than I thought.
That's like putting train wrecks in a casino and saying, no.
That's a fucking creepy picture of train wrecks. What the fuck?
Train, gamble responsibly. I know you will. He's not.
Well, it's not just that, right? Like, it's not like he invited him to the event. Like, if he invited him to the event and said, hey, man, like, don't drink like a fucking idiot. And then he, you know, shocker, drink like a fucking idiot. I think that then you can make the like, hey, he's a grown man with like his own agency over himself. It's not my fault that he did that. I thought he could be more responsible. He told me he could have been. That would have been fine, but that's not what happened, right? Like he got there and he encouraged him to drink, like insanely irresponsibly.
And you going, let's up those numbers when he's already at an extreme dangerous level. You point out how dangerous it is. You feel zero guilt, buddy. Yeah. Fuck you.
This might be the best thing.
Yeah, I don't think the issue is the exposure to the stuff. I think the issue is like the encouragement of like the bad behavior
for him. Yeah, and like I see what you're saying. Because of his short-term failures, he might long-term become a better person. Had this gone unchecked longer, it could have, you know, hurt him or his family in possibly a more drastic way.
Oh, okay, I got it. You're the good guy. What a great way to turn that around, huh? Thank you for inviting him to the event. That's what we should be. We should be thanking you, because otherwise he wouldn't have turned his life around, right?
Saw this tweet today. Are you not?
Well, I mean, there's a level of truth to like the idea that you need to get like, you know, sometimes like you need to hit those lows to hit those highs again. Like, you know what I mean? Like he needs to be punished for it. I don't disagree with like the general punishment. It just seems like I disagree with how much how much responsibility Ludwig takes over the event, since like he was encouraging the bad behavior. But like there is a level of truth to that, right? Like you make a mistake. Like I was at the gym today. The fucking shit was crazy actually. I was at the gym today and these young men were squatting next to me. And I peeked over a little bit here and there, so I'm pretty sure they were doing like ego squats, like quarter squats, whatever. And at one point, like I'm deadlifting, I was doing like a lighter deadlift day, like, you know, no belt, double overhand, just kind of like, you know, and the fucking all of a sudden I hear like a thump hit the floor. The kid, I think there were 3 plates on the bar. The kid unracked all 3 plates from one side and not the other side, so the bar flipped over, hit the floor, and like smacked against the other power rack, the one that I was in. The power rack has like a power rack and then has a deadlift platform on it. So I was in the deadlift platform spot, but I hit the power rack. It was super dangerous. So I was like, what the fuck? So I looked over and I walked over there and I pulled the bar out of like the 3 plates on the ground. And I just looked at the kid. I said, you got to be more careful. You can't take stuff out like that. You could have killed somebody. Because it's true. You could have, like, that could have hit somebody in the fucking skull and killed him. And, you know, the kid got really upset. He's like, yeah, sorry. And the rest of the day at the gym, the kid was just fucking so down on himself. And I felt bad because I know that, like, I also have, like, a stern tone, like, unintentionally. So I probably, like, really upset this kid on accident. But, like, yeah, you kind of need to be upset, man. Like, he needs to feel like you should be embarrassed and, like, ashamed because, you know, you'd be even more upset if you did kill somebody. So it's kind of like that. Fundamentally, I'm not disagreeing with Ludwig on it, you know?
Not talking about the mango thing. Before having to address what happened at your event is pointless to the fact that it happened live while you and your crew and other friends either sat there and watched it happen and egged it on. You actively let him sexually harass multiple women on your show.
Now, how is he going to...
What was his response to that?
...follow up with this criticism? Because honestly...
Because that's a good criticism. I actually am curious what he says to that. That could be
it's
very
fair,
revealing.
and it's true.
Kind of disheartening to see a tweet like this get 9K likes. It's kind of sad.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Moron Mail.
Why is it not true? Like, what? Why not be like, oh yeah, it's not true. We didn't know what was happening or something. At least.
Well, I have some disheartening news.
Limit is 245s plus 25 on one side. No, it's not. Oh, before it flips. I get what you're saying. That might be the limit. For me, the limit is like never anything over a plate difference on each side. Like if I'm doing like 3 plates on both sides, then I'm taking 1 plate off one side, going to the other side, taking 2 off there, going back to the other side, taking the other 2 off, then going back to the other side, taking off the 1. Like I mean, for me personally, I just don't think it's worth like the limit testing. But I understand what you mean. But I don't think you should be limit testing it. It's just like, could be incredibly fucking dangerous.
I'm facing the consequences of my actions, but I can't make a stance on it personally. You know, there's this side where it's like, oh, you can clearly see me cheer him on, and then there's this other side, well, he kind of did it. So it's up in the air at this point.
There's literally a clip of me seeing it happen in probably the most minor form that there is a clip, like Mango touching somebody's hair, and I did stop it.
Then
oh, you could have been a little more aggressive in stopping it.
At that point, you should have shut it down. Why don't you take him aside?
He was a little too... Well, see, it's actually kind of fucked up here.
But his hair, and I did stop it.
Then at that point, you should have...
Because watching that clip earlier, like, he does not do enough to stop it at all. Like, Mango's fucking with her hair. He's like, hey, stop, man. Stop it. I won't... And then I was like, I won't let him beat you up, because he was also, like, patting her head. Like, not hitting her hard, but, like, you know, he was being obnoxious, and he was, like, lightly trying to be like, hey, Mango, chill out. And then Mango went back and did it, and, like, Ludwig didn't say anything about it for, like, another 10 seconds before. This is one of those instances where it's like, you know, your best friend jacked off to your girlfriend, and you decided to come on and be like, listen, I'm going to signal boost another woman's perspective on this, because, you know, what happened was wrong, and I don't think we should be listening to men here. We should be listening to the experiences of women. Okay, that's fair. But then, like, right when it matters, you're not in the moment monitoring, like making sure that like this woman is safe. So it comes off as incredibly performative, and it still seems like Ludwig is that guy in a more exaggerated form. He's that guy where like his friends harass people, you know, and goes like, no, he's a good guy, don't worry about it. Like that's he's still a college bro. He still has college bro energy where like, you know, you being around like Ludwig and his friends, you can't expect to be fully safe. He's not going to fully hold his friends accountable if he doesn't necessarily have to. And he's gonna be like, no, he's a good guy. I swear, kind of a thing. Like Ludwig is just not somebody who's explicitly like a safe friend to be around that's going to call his friends out on their shit. You know, he'll do it a little bit, but like he won't. He's more worried about making his friend feel comfortable than the person that's uncomfortable make that person feel comfortable, if that makes sense.
Shut it down. Why don't you take him aside and say, hey, buddy, I think I made a mistake. I think we let you go a little too far. I think you're done for the night. Let him rest. Get him an Uber home. I don't know. Why don't you start to think about that? If
Or just beat his ass, you know what I mean? Like, you know, throw
getting touchy with other people, specifically another woman.
I see you getting a lot of heat on Twitter. Yeah, but it's all noise. It's all fake noise. Like, I think it's super, like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's fake noise, guys.
It's weird because, like, I feel like Ludwig's been a creator longer than me, so he should understand that every time there is stuff on the internet, the criticism is usually justified, but it's always disproportionate, right? And if you want to say, like, listen, dude, there are like meaningful things to criticize me on, but like, it's the internet, like, nothing's particularly proportionate. But I'm trying to sift through it and find the proportionate criticism. He could have even been like, listen, I'm trying to sift through the proportionate criticism, and like, then I'll get back to you. Like, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. You know, I gotta let it soak in. I was like, okay, fair enough to say that. Just be like, oh, I need to let it soak in. So, you know, I'm not gonna necessarily have a super strong take right now.
Let's up those numbers! It's fake noise. Didn't happen. No one saw me encouraging this shit. Let's up those numbers! There was no encouragement. There was actually no sexual harassment either.
We're also talking about like a 30-year-old man, and so like, you know. You're talking about a 30-year-old man, dude. Like, why are we doing like weird drinking parties, and why aren't you having like an expectation of people acting inappropriately when they're drinking? You know, like, have you never seen somebody get so like a 0.32 levels of drunk? You're 30 years old. You know enough to be like, damn, that's really high. That's dangerous for somebody. Like, it could either Mango or somebody else potentially. You know, plus you've been around him for a long time, and if it's actually there's more now that I'm like exploring this out loud. You've been around him for a long time, and even when you were talking about him like harassing people or groping people or whatever words he used, he was like, yeah, I don't mind it when he does it to me, you know, but he can't be doing that to other people. Okay, this is your friend that you obviously get drunk around enough to know that like he gropes people when he's drunk. Why weren't you on Mango Watch? Like, this is your friend. Actually, now that I'm talking about this out loud more and more, like, it's like we started. Ludwig is getting less charity now that I'm really exploring this out loud. Because, like, if you have a good friend and you know that they get drunk and then they fucking grope people, but you're fine with it, which is fine, by the way. It's fine that you're fine with them. They get drunk and they grope people. Why are you not like aware of that enough for you to be like, oh shit, I know this is a behavior he engages in. Like, we got to be on Mango Watch if we're going to encourage him to drink at the very least. Like, doesn't that make sense to be on some kind of watch of your friend that you know has this behavior? I mean, you're the party organizer. Then you wouldn't want people to, I mean, I imagine, I don't think Ludwig wants people to feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't assume that he does. I don't know.
Let's up those numbers!
Because what I've also realized is people who hate also don't care.
True, you're right. Most people critiquing you don't really care about Mango. They care that you don't care about Mango. If you cared about Mango, you wouldn't have put him in an environment to abuse alcohol and further his alcoholism and fuck up in the way he did. And you wouldn't just be like putting all blame on him and taking zero accountability after the fact. Be an actual friend. You look like a piece of shit. It's not anybody else's job.
Yeah, it's frat boy behavior. I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's really what this boils down to. It's like fucking frat boy behavior. There's too much. Well, it's boys club behavior. That's what it is. You know, it's funny that they criticize, like, you know, Hasan, Ludwig, all of them. They criticize people for, like, police officers for having like that behavior, but then they do it themselves. And they have the same frat boy fucking behavior that they don't hold each other accountable. You know, whether it's encouraging your friend to drink so that you can get views off of it at your party, because that's what it was. It was to be entertaining, or to like fucking, you know, justify your friends doing like just weird fucking behavior on the internet, like harassing people, doing weird tier lists. So yeah, I mean, it's all just like boys club frat boy fuck behavior.
To care about your friend other than you. He refuses to shut the fuck up about the situation after his first response and continues to just dodge all accountability every time he addresses it. Meanwhile, everyone on the fucking internet other than his little gooner friends are giving him shit for it.
And I like to believe that in 3 years, Mango's character and Mango's behavior will actually fill the shoes of the goat that we thought he was.
What?
That's just such a weird thing to say, because you knew he did the things he did when he got drunk. So when you say stuff like that, it makes you seem like a performative fuckface. Like, that doesn't make any sense to say. This is all very performative behavior to me. What the fuck?
Oh, you were just hyping up his character. Now you're talking shit about your friend. What the fuck? And again, you act like you have zero culpability here. And here's his like fucking third or fourth response. And he immediately starts it off terribly saying,
chat, there are going to be a lot more drama heads today, okay? I won't lie about it. It is what it is.
guys, there's going to be a lot of drama today. Chat, please forgive all the drama heads in chat that are going to bother us and fuck us over today. Shut the fuck up.
Talked to Mango, he reached out, we talked a bit, and I have some thoughts and opinions that I thought about speaking, but he asked of me to not speak on it.
What are the odds of that being true? Well, my friend told me no.
I think the odds of that are potentially high. Like, it seems like Mango just wants to let this situation die, and every time Ludwig talks about it, he makes it worse. So I actually think that there's a pretty high chance that that's happening. I wouldn't doubt that at all. That, like, he's like, listen, dude, can you not talk about it? You're not really helping me. And, like, it's just kind of bringing on heat onto me. Yeah.
To hold myself accountable. Mango's probably talking to you, but I highly doubt he told you not to cover what the fuck.
I think what really, unironically, when it came to that Ludwig event, I think what really happened is that Ludwig and Mango are basically like frat boy guys that act like immature and fuck around a lot. When they get together and they get drunk, and they think that's funny because they're immature 30-year-olds. And they thought other people at the event would think it's funny too. So they engaged in the behavior. And then when there was blowback, they got kind of like confused. And they were like, oh shit, like fuck, people don't think this is good. And they kind of just scrambled to protect their, like, whatever, to their best of their abilities, like protect themselves to the best of their abilities, especially Ludwig, because he's like the number one fucking, like, you know, cuck. I think that's really what happened. I think that they were probably genuinely surprised and shocked that they got as much kickback as they did. I think that because I think that they thought what was happening was like kind of funny. Like, in their pool of friends, they probably think it's so funny when they fucking grope each other's like dicks and shit. Which, by the way, is like a kind of a, you know, some dudes think that that's funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, frat boys think that kind of shit's funny. And I think that they just didn't realize that wouldn't be funny because like they're immature. And it was like a whole, I think it was just, that's really where a lot of the problems stem from, I think.
You did.
There's a perception of Mango that people have in their mind, but they don't actually care about him. I don't think they'll be in his stream when he's back to streaming in a month or whenever it is.
It's not our job.
Yeah, imagine being able to take a fucking month off. That's crazy.
To care about your friend. It's your job as this dude's friend.
But then again, he has to take a month off, so it's pretty fucked. But still, imagine you could just do that.
And to care about your friend. Dude, I'm a fucking 21-year-old retard, and I can even tell you what you...
Hey, listen, that was the first R slur in this video. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. It's pretty good, dude.
What you did there was stupid.
He was messaging me. He was like, Tectone fault. Who the fuck is Tectone? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a very genuine pursuit.
Yeah, I don't know if, I don't know, man. I would urge against that, too much companionship with Tectone. I don't think that I think he's someone who really revels positively in the drama when it's going well, but when it's not going well, he seems to like kind of cry and like blame other people. Like I saw the whole thing where he jumped in on like Hasan, and then Hasan jumped back in on him, but that's like this whole drama game, and then he starts getting really upset about it. And it's like, dude, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Like this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, man. Give it a couple months, and something's gonna flip on him, and he's gonna take it really poorly and shit his pants. So.
Of the people who speak on Mango's behalf.
Let me throw out a controversial name so they can go shit on him instead of me. Oh, I'm gonna name drop Tectone. This guy doesn't care about my friend. Shut the fuck up. That's not what's happening. You know that's not what's happening. We're critiquing.
And I ironically started using the word less after I started watching it. Listen, dude, we're destroying the R words. All right. Well, you understand what I meant by that. Yeah, I try not to use it either. It's terrible because I don't use it on the internet, and then like I try not to use it in like real life, and then sometimes like I'll use it, and then like, you know, I'll recall onto it too much, like when I'm fucking driving. I'm pissed off. So I gotta reprogram myself, like, okay, I gotta call these people just fucking like pieces of dog shit or something. I gotta chill out, you know. It is what it is, dude. It fucking happens. It happens. This is a good screen cap. Cameron, how do you feel? That might be the screw. That might be in the. That might be in the. That might be it, bud. That literally, this might be the thumbnail. How do you feel about that? Is that degrading?
You for not caring about your friend. The dude who just said Tectone Goat got banned. What the fuck?
I think a lot of people want me to take accountability. I think I said my piece on it. I don't understand necessarily why Twitch banned Mango and not me. I don't even know if I necessarily agree with it. I think it'd be fine if Twitch banned me. But I'm not Twitch. I'm not going to personally ban myself. I don't think it's my responsibility.
That's fair, actually. I mean, that's a fair thing to say, no? Yeah, sure.
I'm not going to take accountability. You make these small illusions to, like, try to hopefully, like, trickle off some of the hate by saying, like, oh, you know, why doesn't Twitch ban me too? I don't mind. I'm not going to ban.
Well, he might be being genuine there. Because I do think that he does deserve some kind of a temporary ban, not just Mango. I mean, it was his streamer event and he didn't do it correctly. He might be also virtue signaling, like, you know, if he actually got banned, we don't know how he would act. But if that is a genuine perspective, then like that is a fair, genuine perspective. Because I would say the same thing. Like I don't know why I didn't get banned, but I'm happy I didn't. You know what I mean? I'm not going to ban myself. That could be. It could be. It depends on if you have any charity left for Ludwig as a person. I don't know if I have 100% like perfect read on him yet. He does seem like a performative piece of dog shit though. So I would not doubt it. I just don't know if I'm necessarily sold that it's all performative yet.
And myself, though. You have yet to take accountability. You said you don't regret what you did, and then you put a little sliver out there. You put a little noodle there. We don't want the noodle. We want the pasta.
And I actually genuinely have no ill will towards any drama channel who makes videos. Like,
why the fuck would any drama channels care if you had ill will against them?
I think it is a hustle. It is a career that they have made. They speak on any drama for 20 minutes and they move on.
I mean, listen, he's not wrong though. There are some people who do that. I fucking hate those people that like do like the super performative part of it, where they do breaking news and stuff. Obviously, I still fall under this general blanket, so like, you know, I could take it, you know, if I wanted to. I guess I could take it personally. But like, we still fall into the general part of it, and part of it is like, oh, they're only really talking about it because. And being performative about it because they need to just drum up the drama, which a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. A lot of people will drum up drama just for like the performance piece of it. That is true. And they'll like sensationalize drama so that they can get like a positive attention from it. So he's not necessarily wrong about that part. You know, but I don't think he's being like necessarily genuine about it. I think he's just saying that to kind of, you know, push a little bit of criticism off of himself. And he's just trying to be like, yeah, guys, these people are all performative and there's nothing of a meaningful value to criticize me for it. Like, I feel like that's more of what's happening here.
I think the actual care about the things they talk about factor is very small.
What is this safe, edgy, oh, we're gonna shit on these people by saying, oh, but we respect the hustle. Shut the fuck up.
When I'm in bed, I watch 3 things, okay? Ooh. I watch Northern Lion streams, I watch One Piece, the anime,
and I watch Hasan.
Why say One Piece the anime?
Hiker.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. I would have expected him to say that.
And I thought about, like, maybe I should make a mogul mail and address it all and talk about it. And then I was like, well, who am I doing this for?
Oh my god, he has a rational thought about his dead channel. Maybe I should return to mogul mail and take accountability and be fair in a drama. Nah! What?
I mean, at this point, it is a good idea for him to not, because he's not going to say anything that's going to... He's not going to take the accountability that he should or that people want him to take. So it doesn't really matter. It's just going to be a rehashing of the same shit that he said on his stream that got clipped up and people talked about. So he's probably right about that, but only in the sense that he's not going to talk about it like in the correct or productive way. So it's not going to matter.
I'd be accountable.
I see a lot of people online defending me. I'm getting hella shit online, but I think that's chill. Like, you know, that's ultimately the right of people on the internet, regardless whether it's based in truth or not.
What is anybody criticizing you lying about? You encouraged your alcoholic friend to drink more. Where's the lie? I love you, Hasan Patcher.
Which is about as good. I'm bummed at how he's handling the current situation. I don't actually really understand how I could handle it better.
Oh my god. So there you go. He's quintupled down on the lack.
Yeah, taking actual accountability, he could handle it better, but you know, or proportionate accountability, I think, as we could say, is how he could handle it better. What the fuck? Come on, you fucking bitch.
Of accountability. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong. He won't face the criticism head on. He won't address it until he eventually does. But we'll get to that in a second because I got some more criticism to hurl his way. So while defending himself against all of the shit he's gotten through this Mango drama, he brings up the fact that, well, we brought Mango to these events in the past and nothing happened. He didn't do any shit.
I just wish
there's no way that's true.
He would say he shouldn't have had Mango at the event. I think we should have cut off Mango way earlier, but
that's true.
I don't know. I had him at 2 other.
Well, okay. So just to be clear, you shouldn't have just cut him off earlier. You should have fucking. You should have encouraged him to do even worse. So that's another part of this. So we shouldn't pretend, because when you say cut him off, it sounds to me more like we weren't sitting here actively encouraging to get fucked up.
burial card events and there's no problem.
Which, by the way, horrible fucking excuse. It's like walking.
He might see. That's the thing, is that might be true, but like not in the way that like I'm thinking that it's true, right? Like that might be true in the sense that he did other burial card events, and I don't know their events, so I wouldn't know specifically. But it was a bunch of dudes who thought it was funny and they were okay with it and they didn't care. Right, but then they invited like a bunch of women, and it became like a bigger problem. Or because I doubt, like again, we know that this is like a pattern of behavior for Mango to like be a fucking obnoxious idiot when he gets drunk. So this isn't just like, oh my god, where did this come from? Like, no, it's a pattern of behavior. We already know that.
Walking on like the last thread of a tightrope until it eventually breaks. You know the potential consequences. And the reason I know that you know is because your girlfriend, at an event that you helped operate, the Streamer Awards, invited her good alcoholic friend, Just a Minx, to an event where there was
Jesus Christ.
a lot of alcohol present. And what happened? Shit hit the fan. And I won't need to get into it, but it's like, oh,
What did she do?
of alcohol present. And what happened? Shit hit.
Just Minx allegedly caused Streamer Awards after party to be shut down. Is this from a while ago? Jesus Christ! All these people, dude. I feel like Caseytron is like is just fucking Hasan's Just a Minx, no?
The fan. And I won't need to get into it, but it's like, oh,
Except he's not actually friends with any of these people.
sounds a little familiar.
Like he's not friends with any of his like orbiters. He just pretends to be on their side so that they'll do stuff for him so that he can like basically harass people through them without actually having to do it himself.
Huh. So this isn't the first time something like this has happened in his life. The big part of accountability is learning from your mistakes. Maybe 2 times is a coincidence. Maybe we'll be back here talking about it another day when it becomes a pattern of behavior.
It was a while ago. She got completely blasted. Yeah, I think I remember that. I think I watched like a Turkey Tama video about it, no?
That was the first thing that came to my mind when I heard about this shit. I'm like, again? They are different situations, granted, but there's a lot of relatability. What happened to Minx after the fact? Well, not saying that she's not accountable for her actions, but she's blackballed. She failed the
Dude, what the fuck? I knew she was just nobody.
purity test of the streamer hierarchy by drinking at an event where she was told not to drink, but alcohol was easily accessible for her. These excuses are bad. And what's really interesting is while all this shit's going on, while people are holding you to account, you take easy shots at people that your chat already loves to hate. For example, you throw a random stray shot at Asmongold while you're getting shit.
Wait, hold up. Black female protagonists. Let's check Asmon's chat real quick. Halo DEI. DEI trailer. Oh, it's a DEI game. If you didn't notice, that woman, you heard me say woman, was black. So that is woke and not a game I'll play.
So you trying to make me look bad because of my chat, but you don't want to look bad because of your friend that you told?
Well, I think it's more interesting that like he's doing a weird Hasan orbiter thing. Like, why, if you don't want to be part of the drama, why are you trying to like reshift the focus of the drama like away from you in such a weird fucking way? It doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, why even insert yourself? This is actually insane. What the fuck is this boss fight?
Drink alcohol at your party for drinking alcohol that sexually harassed your coworkers? You trying to put me on blast and make me look bad because some people in my chat said some dumbass bullshit. But here you are, and that's your friend. You invited that guy.
Let me get some sympathy back and deviate drama away from me by shitting on Asmongold. Let me shit on Tectone.
It's like a Tectone video. I can die never watching one.
Shit, I wonder why he'd never...
Why is he taking like the fucking marching orders from Hasan to like shit on these people? Why is he only shitting on like Hasan, like anti-Hasan orbiter? Like, this is so weird. Oh, you just run away. Yeah, I figured at this point. It's a weird boss fight. That's just such, what a strange little fuck. I don't understand. There's something just so, like, it's so fucking dumb. Like, you want to pretend that you don't want to be part of this the drama, but then like when it's convenient, you try to push off criticism by like redirecting it at the people that are like that are you know, feuding with Hasan. It's just such strange behavior.
Never watched Dr. Eggman.
Do you know who would disagree that you are not responsible for someone else's actions? Ludwig himself. And this is why we're talking about this here today.
Let me shit on Tectone and make people pissed at him for some shit his dad did. And you know why you're doing it. It's another fucking attempt to hide from taking accountability for anything. Well, you guys are saying this, but this...
Well, it's all part of like the snarky way that people go after each other. It's just weird that they, that he's like, he wants to pretend that he doesn't want to be part of this whole fucking like snark world is basically what it is. This drama snark world. And then he's jumping into it actively. You know?
This person's a piece of shit. This person's a piece of shit. You know what that makes you look like? An even bigger piece of shit. Now, recently he did decide to take a little bit of accountability, and people are giving him credit for it. So let's see what he said.
I honestly think the biggest mistake I made is I said, if someone asked me if I feel guilty, and I said no. And I think that was my biggest mistake, was saying that. And I do regret saying that. And I was thinking,
what, for mango? Does he feel guilty for mango? Like, you should, yeah.
Do I feel guilty about banning? But I feel guilty about the situation.
This guy looks like Ludwig. A little bit, no?
Happening. I think that was honestly like my biggest fuck up.
This is your biggest mistake in this situation? Saying you didn't feel guilty for, let's up those numbers! That was your biggest mistake, not going, let's up those numbers! You don't think that was a mistake? But your biggest mistake was, I don't feel guilty about it. Your biggest mistake wasn't inviting an alcoholic to your event. Your biggest mistake wasn't encouraging the alcoholic to drink deadly amounts of alcohol at your event.
I think that the biggest mistake is that Ludwig didn't tell Mango to jack off before the event, because if he jacked off before the event, he wouldn't have been, when he got drunk, he wouldn't have been so like horny harassing the girls. That was the biggest. There's your biggest mistake, guys. He didn't he should have told, he's like, listen, bud, if you're gonna come here, you gotta come first. You're gonna come here, you gotta come first. All right, that's the biggest issue, you know.
Which resulted in crazy situations to happen to the female guests. Your biggest mistake wasn't throwing all the onus on this guy when you're the one who invited him and encouraged him to abuse alcohol. But no, rather, your biggest mistake was saying that you feel zero guilt. And why was it your biggest mistake? Optics. That's why.
It's possible. I wouldn't doubt it, because he, like, again, he's so optically driven with, like, you know, the whole Hasan thing really puts that in your head, that he's completely optically driven and he just doesn't want, like, criticism. But also, it could be, you know, it could potentially be because he let it settle for a second, and like after he let it settle for a bit, it became like, oh, okay, you know what, you know, now that it's settled in my brain a little bit, holy fuck, these things get hard. Now that it's settled in my brain a little bit, like maybe there are some things I could have taken a little bit better. That happens to everybody, where they let an event hit them, wash over them. They're like, okay, wait a minute, I could have been better in X, Y, or Z. It's possible that that's what it is too.
This isn't guilt. This is optics. I think other creators would like for you to at least address this and apologize for it and set a precedent so this doesn't happen again. Maybe, but, oh no, I'm thinking rationally. My problem with most of these responses is that they're not responses. He barely addresses it, then he moves on and talks about himself. Each one of these little sections where he talks about this shit, that's all it is. He barely addresses it, talks about himself, and calls that a response. My big problem with this one in particular is that he didn't take any accountability. He just admitted to feeling some guilt, and all the streamers moved on and gave him good boy points. What the fuck? But let's just say he doesn't seem so pure now that we've held him up to his own standards. But at least his drama coverage on himself is about the same as his drama coverage on Hasan. Oh yes, good boy Hasan Patcher. Let's wrap this segment up.
I really wonder if his association with Hasan has actually been like a positive and productive. I mean, I guess he has to be, because his girlfriend's doing a fucking podcast with the dude. So yeah.
How can you become more pure, Ludwig? Well, no amount of baby oil is gonna make you pure. I would strip yourself of the Hasans of the world. You don't have to suck up to these people, dude. Make more entertaining content. Work on that. Continue your little gaming shits. Stop throwing shots at random people. Take accountability when you fuck up. When you want to talk about something, fucking find the balls to take a stance on something. And don't suck up to people just because they're your friends when they treat you like shit or throw you to the fucking wolves when you have a fair take on something that doesn't fit their narrative. It makes you look like a coward, spineless, pathetic loser. Right now, you're getting a lot of shit from Hasan's community for saying the truth about Creator Clash. That's gonna happen. So don't suck up to those people, just like you're not sucking up to people criticizing you about the Mango situation. Have some principles, have some morals, stop fucking virtue signaling. No one gives a shit, and just run off your personality. You're doing too much, man. Except with your mogul mails, like, those are so fucking boring, dude. Come on.
Jesus Christ. Did he ever take it? Did he ever bring that back? I don't think that he did. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand why this guy's part of like any fucking drama. Like, why does he bother if he's just gonna fucking cuck for Hasan anyway? Why does he want to become a glorified Hasan orbiter? That's what's funny to me. Like, why do you want to be on the Hasan orbiter roster? That's actually kind of pathetic. That's the biggest cuck of them all.
Hey, Hey there folks, welcome to another episode of More on Mail. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to get ready for one of my streamer parties if you ever choose to show up. But there's a one condition, only if my butt pal over here Hasan is coming with. So you got to make sure that you get ready properly. To demonstrate, first I'm going to show how Hasan gets ready properly.
To get Hasan ready for his Luddy party, you first have to drench him in baby oil. That's a good amount.
Alright, he's ready to party.
I'm honestly surprised that thing is still holding up after how much fucking cum you've gotten all over that fucking thing.
Now that he's ready to party, and now that I've demonstrated what you properly need to do, it's time for me to get ready to party. To get ready for a Luddy party, what you need to do is oil up. And essentially that consists of just, you know...
This is fucking disgusting, honestly. You're gonna make me throw up. This is fucking actually disgusting. It makes me want to puke.
Now that you're all ready and oiled up, we can start the party. Make sure you drink as copious amounts of alcohol so we can up those numbers!
Dude, I got it. Oh, it's beer. Okay. This is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, we're good to go. Alright, see you at the party. In conclusion,
Jesus Christ.
Jellyfishes are really cool sea creatures, and they're not really good content creators. You don't have to live by your friends, but you probably shouldn't backstab them. That will pretty much do it for today's Content Cop.
Let's up those numbers!
Yeah. Peace.
Calling me gay. I swear I love vagina, and I love to touch that pussy.
All right. Great video. That's the end made me want to puke though, honestly. Jesus Christ.